like a rhinestone cowboy. Bum, bum.
You will be silent!
And now for something completely different.
Hello! Hello there! It's a Festivus miracle!
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view right. Anything you want to do, hey, wanna change the world. There's nothing to
Watch out for the medallions. My diamonds are reckless. It feels like a midget is hanging from my neck.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E Temple, cooing from the Place to Be Reviews. Right here with all of yous. Mornings with the Place to Be Reviews. I am joined this morning by my co-host for the day, Mr. Superfan, Adam Shawhan.
That is right. The man with the plan in the Wiener Dog clan, the 13-time stealing solo WCBS Internet champion, the men's room United States champion is here in the house to play with all of yous.
Well, morning, brother. Thank you. And that is a colorful ensemble you have on there. And I hope Tony's watching because I want him to see your rep in the Deaf Heads.
Yes, and I kind of collaborated a little bit with him in between working, and the poor man was like, I didn't mean to be short. And I'm like, bro, I'm not looking at it as you being short. You're taking time to tell me yes, no, whatever. Cool. He loved it, and things I don't know about Tony, I learned a little bit just in between the chats that we had. So I was like, this is awesome. This here is for you, Mr. Tim, who just had to have the damn Goku bit going on, but see, Vegeta is better. I even went and got my hair done just for you, son. So we got the Vegeta up in the house, ready to go. We got the belts, a whole lot of fun for everybody here this morning.
Well, excellent, man. Excellent. I appreciate you joining me. We'll be seeing each other in a couple weeks in Grand Rapids, Comic-Con down there. I will be in Grand Rapids at Comic-Con. I'm not doing an exhibitor's booth or anything. I'm just hanging out with Adam and Phoenix Animation. And then in September, you can catch us over in Cincinnati at Horror Hound with the WCBS crew. We'll be over there partying, hanging out. I'm actually celebrating my anniversary in Cincinnati for Horror Hound. The people's I will be wearing this though. I am walking into Horror Hound with this on, and I'll probably have my title belt on and my Place to Be Reviews shirt. And that's another thing I want to talk to you folks about out there. If you are interested in a Place to Be Reviews shirt, beanie, sticker for your car, that is all coming soon. We're working on that right now behind the scenes. Hang on, I can reach over here on my. Let me go over to Blockbuster here in my right off camera here. This is really professional. I'm reaching for this, but here we go. Merchandising, right? So yeah, that's Mel Brooks said it best. Yeah, merchandising, I got to get a Place to Be Reviews, the flamethrower. The kids love that one. That is like my favorite line in that whole movie. It's like, Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids love it. I'm like, Trey loves that movie. He will come out here. He will get that off the shelf and go in the bedroom and just put it on and watch it. Like, he's in there right now. Well, he was watching it yesterday. He's in there chilling because I told him, I was like, you got to go in there. You can't be watching because when I'm doing this out here, he usually just chills and watches his tablet or he'll play. He's playing, And he was like, yesterday, he got Kong vs. Godzilla last weekend for my parents. They took him to Walmart and they bought it for him on Blu-ray because he wanted it, which I'm like, damn. I'm like, I was like, must be nice to have my mom and dad as grandparents. They're just like, yeah, we'll buy you this, whatever. I'm just like, what the hell was that when I was growing up? They were like, we were poor. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I blocked it out. Shit. But no, I repressed those memories, right? But seriously, hey, can we have Kool-Aid? No, we put sugar in the water. Drink that. Shut the fuck up. No, seriously. It is great. Tina Bojan, Angeles Draven, thank you all. Frank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog clans here. Of course, Adam is with me. I've got a huge lineup for you guys. We have a ton of articles here pulled up. And we're going to talk about the Scarlett Johansson thing. We're going to talk about her lawsuit. We're going to talk about Disney's response to that lawsuit. And also some more Masters of the Universe stuff. And I'm going to lend a perspective on this because the article that CBR put out specifically talks about the realism of Tila's physique. Because I find it humorous that, okay, so does it look right on Tila? No. That's not Tila. Tila is not a bodybuilder. That's not... Evelyn is not a bodybuilder, although I do dig the look on Evelyn a little more so than Tila because she has that long hair, and I don't know what it is. Well, I do, but anyway. So we're going to talk about all that. We've got Hawkeye news. We've got Brie Larson, her killer workout routine, which is funny because the video I have, we'll show it. The exercise she's doing is actually one of my least favorite leg exercises, but I'm laughing. They're like, it's so hard. Oh my God, she's like killing it. I'm like, she has like 5-pound dumbbells and she's doing Bulgarian squats. I'm like, it's not that impressive. Like, I don't understand why. It's like her pulling the Jeep in neutral slightly on a decline. Yeah, that's tough, Brie. Even on flat ground, I'm sorry, it's not that difficult to push a vehicle in neutral. I've done it. I worked at a dealership. I ran cars through auctions. Trust me, I have pushed my share of cars. And I wasn't training for Cat Pan Mediocre. And you know what's really sad is to mess with me this morning. And this is my son. He is mini me, right? So I'm gonna turn my camera here for a second because the TV's on pause right now. What is this little shit put on this morning? What does he put on?
I'm thinking Cassina.
Do you know what that still is from?
I would think Cassina, being in all as much as he found it when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my guess before I actually looked up at the screen. So this is what you were watching pre-show. I
wasn't watching it. Trey put it on. It was background noise. Does anybody in the chat know what that still is from? Before I tell you, if you do, put it in the chat. Yeah, I was like, why would you do this? What on earth would make you think that Dad wants to watch this, bud? It's just, I'm just like, no, we don't want to leave this on. So I'll let that sit and marinate for a couple minutes if I can get my camera back right here so it doesn't look like I'm tilted.
No.
Tony, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you gotta get dressed first before you come on camera. You gotta get dressed.
This is from my...
Just for you, buddy.
It's okay. Go throw it away.
This is a piece of that.
I know. It's off your charger. It's just the plastic. It's okay. Go get dressed and you can come on camera.
Now we just need Tony's little voice coming out going, and get yours for $19.95.
He's got to do the Kathleen. You're right, Draven. It was Cat Pan Mediocre. That's Annette Bening as the Supreme Intelligence. Yeah, Trey's like, I'm going to put on something that you don't like, Dad. I'm like, what? He goes, Captain Marvel. I'm like, don't do it. And he, yep. And I'm sitting here and I'm like pulling all these articles. And it's like we had a schedule this morning because we're having company tonight, which is why for those of you, and now he's flying his drone in the background. For those of you out there that were going to tune in tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for the tribute stream to the Groovinator, I am going to have to push that back. And I apologize for that, but I have company coming tonight, so I cannot take away from my guests who are, on their way home to Detroit from the UP to and their like family to us to do a stream tonight. So
I need you to help me get dressed.
Tommy,
bring your clothes out here and I'll turn my camera off.
I know all the guinea pigs.
Hail, Brutal Morningwood. Hail, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, I was just kind of filling in here. filling everybody in on what's going on tonight. We're not going to do the stream. And I have to apologize for my lack of videos this week. I've been trying to make up with it with the 2 morning shows. We had the Wednesday night stream. Tuesday night I was on Rogue over on Drew's channel. Big shout out to Supreme Heretic, the Rogues, and thought I seen some early morning swinging toes. That's right. The guinea pigs. Oh, my sketchbook 340 is here. Hail to you, sir. But yeah, so I put out one video this week, and let me explain. My son has 3 weeks left of summer vacation. I have a 6-year-old that's only going to be 6 years old, once. So it's like, hey, I'll stream. Absolutely. I'm going to keep you guys entertained. As far as single release video goes, that's going to, another 3 weeks he'll be back in school. Then the single release video production will pick back up. Obviously, Batwoman's coming back. As much as I hate Batwoman, it's like I miss it. It's like I feel like the Joker. I feel like the Joker with Batman. It's like I can't kill you. What would I do without you? That's how I'm now. I now have Munchausen syndrome, or I'm sorry, Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Munchausen's the one where you keep them sick, so they need you. Draven says your son is trolling you hard. Oh, dude, he's a thug.
Little man knows.
He knows. All right, come here, buddy. All right, so
For those of you that don't seem to understand, and again, I have been there, and I've watched this live, and what he does to poor Pete. Oh my goodness gracious! And I mean, he's a great kid. He really is. He was 5 at the time when I was there. I mean, I still got his B-Day present behind me, which I'll be bringing either to Ohio or when we meet up in Michigan. So but yeah, it's one of those. He really is. He's a great little fella, but he's so much like his dad. It is scary. There he is.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Here,
Hey, buddy.
Like this so you can hear. Because we can. You don't need to put them on. You can hear them.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you gonna put them on?
Yes.
There he goes. See, look at that. We got mini ETEP up in his house.
Yep. Coming this time next year, there'll be a father and son channel, and it'll hit 1,000 subscribers in like 2 weeks, and this one will be at like 770 or something.
Yep. And that's where the place to be reviews goes to, just have Batwoman videos.
That's it. It's just going to be Batwoman and live streams. And then it'll be me and him in front of a green screen reenacting the Avengers movies, but with a comedic spin. Yeah, he's showing off his drone now that Grandma got him.
Oh, yeah.
It's here. Just let's launch it. See if it'll work. And it hit the TV. Don't tell Mom. Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom we hit the TV with the drone.
Okay.
Don't tell her it was me, at least. If you tell her it was me, I'm going to blame you. Ah! Okay. All right, buddy. I love you.
Wait.
What?
I still have some
What?
stuff to show.
What do you get?
This is the drone. This is
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
the charger for the drone.
Say it has a
Cool.
USB plug.
What?
It has a USB plug.
There's a USB plug.
B.
I like USP better.
Right? But you got to talk if you're on camera. Nobody wants dead air.
Cha cha cha.
You learn that.
Cha-cha-cha.
Oh wait, do your. So we're up at the in-laws, and I said something. What did I say to you? And he just turns around, and it's funny because my father-in-law's name is Mark, and
Oh, hi, Mark.
yeah, he did. He just busts out the, oh hi Mark. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, all right. I love you. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
It's me, you Mario.
It's a me, a Mario. It's a me, a Vinny.
Vinny's not here right now.
It's a me, a Ouija.
All right, say bye-bye.
I love you.
Love you too, buddy. You take care. I'm sorry, dude. I was feeding him lines.
It's all good. I could hear. I could hear past the headphones. That's why I was like, wait. What's little man's favorite show or superhero? Trey, come back here. You got a question.
All of them. The correct answer is all of them.
Come here.
Headphones.
All right. Come here.
I'm
All
back.
right. So let's see. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says it'll be the mini People's Champ reviews. That's about right. Draven said, "Hail, little dude." Say, "Hail, Draven."
Hey, Draven.
And let's see. What is little man's favorite? What's your favorite show or superhero?
Venom.
Venom. He's on a Venom kick. He loves Venom. Yep. Just got the Blu-ray for his birthday.
Nice.
He wants to go see Let There Be Carnage, or not? Is it? Yeah, it's Let There Be Carnage. He wants to go see. I I'm gonna be there. Oh yeah, this is. Yep, he just got this too. Grandma tells Grandma and Grandpa, "Hey, I want Kong vs. Godzilla." So like I said, they just take him and buy it for him. Yeah, we just don't have Skull Island. I don't think.
Oh, gotcha.
We got King of the Monsters, Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah.
Well, whenever you decide to do the next movie, maybe I'll come up and if that's cool, we'll plan. But yeah, man, because I haven't seen the first Venom movie, but I was kind of waiting to see if they made the second, which obviously they are.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I'm the same. I got a Venom right next to. So I mean, as we talked, because he talked with me. I want to say we talked 45 minutes about Spider-Man and Venom and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. What's up?
Tell them have a.
Oh yeah, he's got his first loose tooth too.
Oh, cool.
It's a front one too. He's all, I got a loose tooth. He's happy the tooth fairy's gonna come.
When I just came out of the bathroom,
I said, I told him, I said, I did a Cartman to him. I was like, remember, if you wake up before dawn, I'll kick you in the neck.
Has he seen the Tooth Fairy with the Rock?
No, he hasn't. I need to show him that movie.
You need to show him that, bro. Definitely.
I love you, Daddy, and guess what?
Love you. Hey, stop twerking, you weirdo. You can hear him laughing. He's literally just sitting over there going, "Hey, Dad."
The rest of us can't see it. So.
No. All right, go. He did.
Welcome to the real tap and the place to be reviews. Everybody.
That there's like 2 steps that come down to my living room from the kitchen, and he's standing there just. I'm like, what? Really? All right.
So he's Jason musing it up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now he's chasing. All right, buddy. You and the dog go back to the bedroom and play.
I can't get the dog in the bedroom.
Just go back there. She'll go with you. All right. Well, let's the Tooth Fairy's a crime against humanity. Yeah, but for a kid, it's probably friggin' hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, we watch that as adults, and we're like, but a kid, they're like, all right, this will probably be at least halfway decent, entertaining. Mm-hmm. I mean, considering some of the pablum they make for kids today, it really is. Why do you have a coat hanger?
The Rock and a tutu. That's all you gotta say.
Okay, go put it. Go. You gotta go, bud.
Daddy, get back in the bedroom.
You called him in, man. He's like, you called me in.
I opened Pandora's box, and this is what happens. Brutal Morningwood says this is worth the price of admission alone. Say, hail, Brutal Morningwood.
Hey, brooding world.
Brutal
Morningwood.
Morningwood. Just run back there and call her. She'll go. See,
if I had that much of his energy, I tell you. Oh. Guys, I was there for half the day.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't stop. And
no,
it's not me complaining or anything. I mean, he's a great kid, but he's got so much energy. You just want to suck it up from him. It's just like,
Yeah, if I could bottle that and sell it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's get into our first. Let's do buy or sell. Wait, what did Tommy say? The Rancor has been released. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yeah, and he is like this from the moment his feet hit the floor in the morning until when he passes out, and then wakes up 2 hours later and comes into my bedroom and takes over my bed. So, yeah, that's the way it is. But yeah, let's do some buy or sell here as soon as I can find the bumper. I swear this is it's so funny. StreamYard, you know how they let you like, well, you can organize it by brand, and I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. I don't need to organize. And then now I'm like, where's that bumper again? All right, here we go. Buy or sell time.
It's buy or sell. Buy or sell. And if you crackers don't like it, you can go to hell. I'm Cleveland. Buy or sell. It's time for buy or sell.
All right, so let's go over here to geekositymag.com. And we're going to take a look at this first one. Let me get these stupid ads off here. Endgame directors in talks for X-Men crossover film Secret Wars. Of course, this is the Russo brothers. We're talking about Joe and Anthony. Adam and the chat, you guys let me know if you're buying or selling the Russos taking over and writing the Secret Wars X-Men crossover film. Adam, I'll let you weigh in this first. Let me say good morning before you opine to the men's room. What's up, brother? Hail, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Here we are. So we're doing buy or sell right now. I'm trying to straighten my camera out. I did up earlier when I turned it around to show Annette Benning on the screen. Cat pan mediocre, which Mini ETEP. I'll get you for this. I'll get you for this. But so what do you think, man? Are you buying or selling that the Russos are going to be involved in this?
Man, I mean, just the fact that they're thinking. I remember the comic. I'm going to sell because everything I've seen them touch, especially forward, meaning Disney, has just not been copacetic or kosher, if you will, for me. So yeah, I'm selling. I'm selling, especially with the other articles and stuff going on that we'll get to later with Scarlet and whatnot.
All right.
So yeah, I'm a big seller on this one.
All right. Let me acknowledge Tina Bojan here before I weigh mine in. She said he's so damn cute. He gets that from his mom. He gets that from his mom, not me. But thank you. And let's see. So Tina says she's buying this. I've got no hate for the Russo brothers. Fair enough. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, get in there and sell, Mortimer, sell. I'm gonna go down to my sketchbook 340, who sells as well. I'm not a Russo brothers hater. I didn't particularly, after the fact, care for Endgame as much as I did when I first watched it. Let me explain. I got bit by that the feels during Endgame. I did. I got bit by Iron Man dying off. Cap finally saying Avengers Assemble. Him wielding Mjolnir. There was some positives and some cool things in that movie. And Tony Stark dying in that really, really hit me. I was like, because he's probably my favorite MCU, not my favorite comic character, but my favorite MCU character, because Robert Downey Jr. owned that role, made it his own. But with this, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna have to sell this one. I don't know how the Secret Wars is gonna play out, but I don't have any faith in the X-Men. In the MCU, I don't. And that's sad because that and the Fantastic Four were one of the things I was most excited for until they announced John Watts, the director of the Spider-Man trilogy, as director of the Fantastic Four. I'm like, come on. And they're going to race bend the shit out of the Fantastic Four. And that's not...
Again.
And that's... Again. I didn't hate Michael B. Jordan in Fan-4-Stick. He was actually... Because I like him as an actor. He was one of the bright spots in that movie. Of the very, very few, I hated Miles Teller as Reed Richards. I hate Miles Teller anyway. Let me just say, I can't. I want to punch him in the face. He just has one of those faces. It's like when he was in that movie with J.K. Simmons, where they were in the college band or whatever. I was just like, I can feel it. I was like, I bet you J.K. Simmons was like, it's easy to be a dick to this guy because I want to punch him in the face. He's just got that face.
That Step Brothers line, man. You better go change your face. It's punch you in the face.
Draven says, I'm selling as well. F the MCU at this point. If you think they destroyed stuff already, they're going to destroy even more. Yeah, absolutely.
Got a point. That's where I'm at. I don't have anything against the Russos or anything. My whole point is it's Disney and everything they've done. And the whole Black Widow thing. I've messaged this to you and people that know who I am. We should have had that Black Widow movie either after Iron Man 2 or at the latest after Avengers. Obviously, whatever thing, I haven't seen it, but I don't care to see it. I will see it at some point, being a pirate and all, but allegedly. But, I just don't have any faith. I wasn't a big, I don't know. The last good movie was Civil War, in my opinion. I didn't really care for what came after. And Endgame, I hated. Infinity War was worse. Mm-hmm. There's bits of it that I liked, but Nate watched it, so Nate. And his thing was the Hammer God. Like he liked Thor. He thought the lightning and the Thor and stuff. And he's got the mind of a 4-year-old, so he enjoyed certain parts of it. But even he was falling asleep during Endgame. We're sitting there in the comfy recliners with the big TV up there watching it. And, you kind of find yourself kind of nodding off a little bit, when you're thinking of it through the eyes of a child. Yeah. Kind of a thing where at least Infinity War ran pretty solid the whole time. And I didn't like it. It felt like a OCD moment constantly, it's like, or ADD moment. Oh, look, shiny. Oh, look, shiny. Oh, look, shiny.
See, I love Infinity War. That is probably my number 2 MCU movie is Infinity War. On the scale of the Avengers movies goes, the team ups, I think that is probably the gold standard for the Avengers movies as far as The quality of it goes. Like, I'm not discounting the original, because the original one's number 2 for me. I love Age of Ultron, but I put that one in 3, and Endgame is 4 for me. I mean, I'd almost put.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is how people do it, because it's called an opinion, people.
That's how it. This is what geek culture used to be. You would sit there and be like, "No, the original is better. No, Infinity War is better. Oh yeah, why? Well, because of this. Oh well, why is this better? Because of that." That's exactly what geek culture was, and should be. Not this. Jesus, dude, I have to come on here every day and bitch about race swaps, gender swaps, horrible reboots. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here and eviscerate things. I mean, it's kind of fun at times, but it does weigh on you, and that's why I particularly enjoy, like you said, and I'd almost put Captain America: Civil War as an Avengers movie and put that ahead of Endgame, honestly, because it was like a mini Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Wait, all right, let me go back up. Johnny Cage, JP7, hail. Endgame sucked balls for me when they took the first Thanos out. My interest was, I was like, man, that's a bold move. Like, let's see if it pays off for him. Spoiler alert, it didn't. My sketchbook 340. Civil War was garbage. It should have been an MCU movie, not Captain America. Yeah. It was an Avengers movie. I honestly thought that that should have been like it's the unofficial, like, Avengers movie, like what 2.5 at that point, Clown World, Age of Ultron is easily the best Avengers movie. I love Age of Ultron. I do. I love it. But like I said, I just Infinity War for me is that, and then the original one, just because it was the original, was the first time we got to see them all together on the screen. Tommy, I didn't care for Ultron at all. Fair enough, brother. I wish I could race swap my wiener. And he didn't say dog after it.
No, he didn't. He didn't have to, though. That's my shtick. Leave my shtick alone.
Normally, I would say that's a big matzo ball to hang out there, but no. So yeah, I don't. I'm selling this. I'm selling that the Russos are gonna do this. I just that's where I'm at with it. I'm selling it. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see here. Which one was this? That's not it. I have literally like 15 tabs up on my computer right now, so I'm trying to navigate through which, because I didn't, I never make an outline for the morning show. It's like,
well, it's a morning show.
It's a morning show, and it's usually just me, or sometimes I have Loudy and Vassy on, which next week Vassy will be joining me on Thursday.
Oh, and I have to do this just because I take off the shades because just like Elwood and Jake Bluesy that normally. So in order to do what I do, right, you ought to have to be Irish, which I am American Irish, so it's okay. But look, I stole the line yesterday, and she understood that when I said I'm always, I'm looking for the next future Mrs. X Shawhan.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Jurassic Park. I'm looking for the next future. And she got it, and she even rolls with it. And she understands. I mean nothing by it. Yes, I am a dirty old man, kind of like the Turtle Hermit. It is what it is, Master Roshi. But it's okay. It's all meant in fun. I have nothing but respect for everybody in here. We're all here to have a good, fun time.
Yeah.
Let's do that,
Oh, man. And that's the thing, dude. Like, Vassy is, she's down. She's cool as hell. Yeah. She gets it. She's she's a female in, what is pretty much, I'm not going to say a male-dominated game because it's not. But, by and large, there's not a lot. In our sphere, it's growing. But she's a female YouTuber. I had a female co-host who could not handle the unwanted attention she got because she was an attractive woman. So it's like, and I understand, so she fits right in though, man. She's she's down. I told her at first, I'm like, we can get a little bit, raw on my, Monday nights or Wednesday, whatever. Yeah, no pun intended going in raw, but I just don't. And she's fine.
She would knock us all out, man. When we were talking and we learned, because I was in the chat, obviously watching, because for some reason this seems to be one of many favorite channels. But yes, no, it is a good channel. But yeah, at the end of the day, she's only outnumbered by my wiener dogs. And even when she's having a bad day, and don't worry, Vassy, you're not the only one. Even Tony, especially Etep, have all been exposed to my wiener. Dog Clan. So
Yep. I just get regular wiener dog pics randomly. I mean, it's all right, you know. Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective says you have so many tabs open, you need to use the Dewey Decimal System to organize them. That just reminds me of, where's it at? I think it's right here somewhere. Here it is right here. One of my favorite scenes from UHF, the Conan, remember Conan the Librarian? Don't you know about the Dewey Decimal System? Oh, I love that. I love that part. That movie's so great. Keely Chow's here. Hail Keely Chow. He says, what's going on? It is Keely Chow, the Fandom Menace Ultron. He's everywhere. There are no strings on me. There you go, Keely. I did the thing. I haven't done that in a minute. There you go. Let's see what else we got here. Keely Chow is being hailed. My sketchbook says, haha, Hawkeye. Let's see. Wait, Brutal Morningwood. Like I was even saying, like I was saying, even cowboys like wiener dogs. They sing, get along, little doggy. My sketchbook 340, where's Vassy? Let's see. It is probably either working or sleeping at this point. I think she's working today, honestly, because I asked her to come on today, and she said she was working. So I was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. The days all blur together. UHF, that movie's hilarious, man. That movie's hilarious, especially the part where he's like, badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. He does. I love the, what is it, Ramon? The pet guy? Come on, fly, poodle! Throws it out the window. And he just looks down. Oh, man. And there's a pile of them there. Just a pile of poodles. We do not endorse violence against animals in any shape or form, but that movie was funny. So Hawkeye, and I'm going to scroll down here as soon as I find which tab it was. Oh, it's this one. Okay. So Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner teases Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop's motivation in the Disney Plus show. We're not going to go into this article, but I mean, can we all just agree that he is going to be completely cucked out in his own show? I mean, this is going to be almost as embarrassing as He-Man, I think.
Man. Oh, I've got this. I see him dying and his daughter taking the mantle. There, I said it.
Probably. Tony, let me do the voice.
Oi, get your hands off me Asian co-host, ASAP.
There you go. There you go. There you go, Tony. I did the voice. Yeah, I think Kate Bishop is going to take over. Obviously, it's going to be a passing of the torch. Yeah, this is going to be Jeremy Renner is going to be in, you know what? Maybe half the episodes. Do you think he'll be in all of them? I don't know. I'm gonna. I don't even know what I want to do, if I want to buy or sell this. I mean, as far as her motivations go, I don't think Kate Bishop's his daughter. I don't know. But Endgame seemed to tease the fact that she was, but then why would her name be Kate Bishop? Because she is a Barton. So it doesn't, that didn't make sense to me when they did that scene in Endgame. Because going in, I knew that, I was like, she's not his daughter. I think she was just like a random like Hawkeye fan who was like happened to be, you know, a marksman and whatnot, and he kind of took her under his wing or something.
Remember, bro, it makes sense because it doesn't make sense. That's why it makes sense. You know, that's kind of how that rolls these days.
Yeah.
That's why I think if he is in the entire, let's say he's in all of it. Let's say they do a Kevin Smith and kill him off in the first episode. It'd be like flashbacks.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, it'll be like a myriad of flashback sequences. Yeah, Brutal Morningwood. Yeah, she'll make him miss or split his arrow or something. I bet. Oh yeah. Yep, kind of like what didn't they do that? Was it like Robin Hood or some shit like that? I don't know. It'll be something.
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights. Yep, it'll be like that. He'll bow out, die to PTSD from the snap or something, be made a weak man. Oh, they'll emasculate him.
It's too bad. I enjoyed him as Hawkeye too. Like I really like the way they spun with him doing it. Because you remember, I think the original one was blind. So you know, to steal your line, so they're gonna fuck it up.
So I don't know. Well. I don't know if. Yeah, that's. I mean, then you got Yelena Belova too. Remember, because Madam Hydra there. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is. We'll just call her Elaine because
Elaine.
I have like every season of Seinfeld right down here. She will always be Elaine to me, and I still have the hugest crush on Julia Louis-Dreyfus, even though she's insane. I do.
I don't care. I don't care. I'd still take a bath with her.
Do to not die, stupid fat fingers. Oh, yeah. Due to. Yeah, that's you're probably right, Elaine Hydra. I want to see her do the Elaine Hydra dance, Godzillionaire. And hail Godzillionaire. Kate will be pissed at her dad for something and take her mom's last name, Bishop. Okay. All right. It'll probably be she'll find out what happened to Black Widow. Okay, here. Okay, so there's a theory right there. Excellent, Godzillionaire. That ties this together with a freaking bow. Yeah. So his daughter gets pissed at him when Yelena comes in and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't think Yelena will kill him. I don't think they'll do that. It'll be like that, you know, she'll be beating the shit out of him or something, you know, just completely annihilating him. Like, of course, because a woman can like just totally physically demolish a man, but he can't touch her once and make her look weak. You know, it's kind of like the over accommodating stuntmen on the CW shows with like Javicia Leslie and Ruby Rose. All right, Javicia Leslie's at least a little thicker, but she's only like 125. You know, Ruby Rose is like 700 pounds. You know, she looks like my microphone wire, and you know, she's beating on 270-pound NFL linebackers, and I'm just like, and I know, dude, and I know some female martial artists and wrestlers that like if I rolled with them, I'd get destroyed. Like if I went like hard in the paint, I would get destroyed, and that's I can admit that. But it's like these dudes are like supposed to be like, you know, assassins and shit. It was like Sharon Carter in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when she's killing all those assassins, and I'm like, okay, so you've got a rifle, you're running up on people and shooting them. I'm like, I don't think people in movies understand that when you have a firearm, you do not have to run right up to the person you are trying to shoot and shoot them. I understand suspension of disbelief, but you know, it's just it's frustrating.
They're that bad of an aim, so they have to get really, really, really close to hit the target.
Hey, at least they're not aiming like this, you know. Or throwing the bullets. That always makes me laugh too. You see people like shooting, and they're like, I'm like, what are you doing? Stop that! Like my 6-year-old has better trigger discipline than you. Stop it. Mm-hmm. Stop it. I'm teaching him that with his Nerf guns though. I was like, trigger discipline, always trigger discipline, son. Let me acknowledge the chat here. My sketchbook. Seriously, can't believe Grace Randolph dropped a non-spoiler review of She-Man and destroying Kevin Smith. Oh, dude, I was shocked that she was as hard on that show as she was, because I thought for sure that Grace would love that, but no, she did not. She was She said there's no strong male. She's the one that said there's no strong male leads in the show, and she was like, you need a strong male lead. I'm like, is this coming from woke Grace Randolph? You know what I mean?
I made this comment yesterday. I think it was on Proper Stream. Had to been. The thing was about Kevin Smith, and a lot of people keep forgetting this, like, he's not been in their gracest of the Hollywood for a long time. Like him, hate him. I'm a Kevin Smith fan. You know this. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I did watch the first episode, which was written by Kevin Smith, and I did realize that the second episode that I got a little bit into, and then I stopped because I ended up streaming, was not written by him. So I don't know about the other 3 episodes, what all he wrote. So there were elements I wrote, because remember, Mr. Smith is the one that made Batman bediddle himself in the comics. I agree with a lot of what you were saying, where like the artwork was really good, seeing it. But when I saw Prince Adam, I'm just like, this is not right. And I saw Tila, and I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, with the long hair was great, and then we go with the chop, and I'm like, no, that doesn't. When I got to the second episode, I'm like, no. And the way she was so mad that, you know, she throws everything away because nobody told her, and I'm like, this is bullshit. But remember, married to a feminist. Daughter's also a feminist.
Yep.
Yes, he's on soy now. He's not eating meat. And I mean, look, hey, I'm not going to knock the dude. He did damn near die. And again, been a fan for a long time. I'm going to get through the whole series. I don't want to, you know, blow my whole load, Giddy, here just on that, because I do want to see all of it to see. But already from that first episode, when you watch it, it is not a continuation. I have to agree with you and Tony and Red and everybody. It is not a continuation. This is like its own little thing. And if they said this is its own thing, great. Because I tell you right now, you, myself, Red, hell, Seth from the men's room, Tommy Gunn from, we could all write a story, a chapter of a story, and I guarantee you it would be better than what I've seen so far.
Yep. And that's it too. Like I said, I was like, the first episode, I was like, I give that one a passing grade. Kind of. But the rest of it, it's just like the most dangerous man in Eternia. They made Man at Arms look good in that. He was strong as hell in that. But he's the closest thing you have to a male lead, and he's still just an ancillary character, really.
I mean, I like bits and pieces of it when he goes to kill Skeletor, and I can't even argue with you about the Joker part, because a little bit of the Skeletor from the first part, I'm like, I'm not really hearing the Joker yet, being, aficionado of the man. So I mean, Mark did do a little bit different, but I could see where you're coming from.
That's
so
all I could hear.
Okay, I got you.
That's all I could hear.
I was listening
Joker.
though, like I was zoomed. I was watching it. Like I didn't even have it on I'm sitting here like this. You know, I mean, I'm a couple inches away from the screen, and I'm sitting there. I got the surround sound on. I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, he's doing something different with his voice. Okay, cool. We'll see how it goes. But when he stuck the sword through Skeletor finally, and then it opened it up, and everything that had happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm not agreeing with it, but I was kind of enjoying the first episode to an extent. And of course, He-Man sacrifices himself. Okay, whatever. What do you mean this for? But yeah, overall, it was kind of like Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
All the new Disney movies. You knew it was going to be pretty.
Yep.
It looked good, but that's about it. It just had no soul. So
yep,
that's kind of how I felt.
That's all I could say about like The Last Jedi was at least it was a visually stunning movie. The content was garbage.
I don't think I've ever told you as much as we have chatted, and so I learned the best way to watch a Disney movie, especially for anybody that's doing a channel. Watch it in a language you don't understand. Because when I watched The Rise of Palpatine, I saw it on a Cody box, allegedly. So it was in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. So all I heard was taco, 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 burrito, chalupa. So I had to, in my brain, make out what they were saying, except for like when Yoda shows up and goes, Skywalker, because, there's no
translation for that.
Yeah. So, I'm watching it, and why Yoda? Well, because he prints money, right? That was my feeling. But yeah, I literally watched it, and what I had in my head was not what I heard when I actually went to the theater and saw the movie. I was just like, and like you, my younger brother, my younger siblings as well, it was one of those, we went to the theater to see it, even though I kind of cheated and pre-watched it, because I was like, I don't want to wait, 2 weeks. I'm going to watch it now, and I watched it, and then I couldn't understand it, so I don't call that cheating. But I was just like, okay, let's see, let's see what actually was said. Yeah. What I had in my brain was way better than what I saw on screen, or I heard with my own ears on screen.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I like my version better.
Right, that's your head canon's always the best. Tina Bojan says, in canon, this goes back to the Hawkeye topic, Kate Bishop goes to Jessica Jones after being assaulted. Then she's introduced to the Young Avengers. Her first battle with them is against Kang the Conqueror. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Like I said, I'm not. I don't know much about Hawkeye or Kate Bishop outside of what I've read about Kate, because I never read any of the comics with her. I didn't. I don't buy the Avengers comics. I was always more of like Spider-Man, Thor, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's good information. Thank you, because that lends. Okay, so there's a myriad of things they could do with her backstory. I am kind of. That is the one thing. It's like, how are they going to interpret it? Godzillionaire, Curve the Bullet. Was that movie? Was that Assassins with James McAvoy and Angelina Jolie or something, where they were doing that? He goes to throw the bullet around the corner. I was like, I know, because my dad, my dad's a sharpshooter, Marine, and ex-undercover cop, and we were watching it, and he every time he sees something like, he just rolls his eyes. I'm like, I know, Dad. I know. Trust me. My sketchbook 340. Javicia Leslie is cute until she talks or when she is in that wig. Yes. Yeah, she's got that wagon though, bro. She's got that wagon. Bone. Hail, Bone. Good morning. I'm drinking I get the Walton's Best Brew here. Good morning. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Yeah, if they have walleye vision, they may need to run up on him and shoot. Walleye vision. That's a what was that? Oh, God. Hot Shots reference. Captain America. I understood that reference. Keely Chow, if you want to watch a young Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, as a vampire fighting Angel, watch Angel Season 1, episode Somnambulist. Somnambulist? Okay. Brutal Morningwood. Well. Well, you know, you've summoned her, Brutal Morningwood.
That's my favorite. Well, shit.
That is such a good ending to that video.
It is. It is. Oh, goodness.
Let's see. Original Cindy is a better black lesbian than Ryan Wilder. You get no arguments from me out of that one, Keely Cho. Keely Chow. You're not related to Helen Cho, the scientist from Age of Ultron. That is the mother of Amadeus Cho, who becomes Hulkling? I think he becomes Hulkling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Amadeus Cho is the one that became Hulkling. And that's the only reason they let you know her name in Ultron, was so later on, if they wanted to include Hulkling, they could be like, hey, look, Helen Cho was in Ultron. Remember? Ultron killed her. It had no marbles. Godzillionaire. Wanted. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I haven't seen that movie since it came out, and that movie's been out for probably 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Superfan Adam Shawhan. LOL. Imagine a Lassie spoof. Grace, where's Timmy? In the well.
Well.
I'm not playing the clip again, but I know what you're saying. But we can do this one.
That's just a car.
I've tweeted at her a few times on her threads, and I'm like, I'm trying to get your attention, Grace. Grace, I want your attention.
Grace, we want you to come play with us.
Grace. Great. I actually was subscribed to her at one point. I had to unsubscribe. I had to. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I'm not strong enough to subscribe to you. I can't do it. I can't take your garbage tier takes. But I did clip a lot of her Batwoman season 2, because she only reviewed like the first part of the season. Like she did like a preview of it. I think the first episode, and she quit. So I took her video and I clipped all that to make my GIFs and my Batwoman review intro.
You're still an ass. You're such an ass. The only reason I watched, like, I had no plans on ever watching it, and then I just happened to stumble across one of your reviews. And again, F you, Nick. It's all your fault. You know, Nick, you damn. No, I love you, brother. Literally, like, I never had any plans of watching these shows, and I watched your reviews, and I'm like, I have to watch this, and I did. Like, I got through the entire first season, and I'm like, okay, there you had very valid points, and you really kind of got drug in. Like, season 1, you get into that storyline, and then when you told me what happened in season 2, because I Cody did, because I do ride the high seas from time to time.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe what I saw. And like I pointed out to you, I'm like, but then again, they never showed a body. They never claimed she was dead. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. But now it's on HBO Max. So okay. I have HBO Max. That means I'm going to have to watch it. And then I'm going to watch your reviews again. I'm going to comment on everyone where you're wrong. Because, you know, even a busted clock is right twice a day. But I can't say that you're wrong on anything you've said. I haven't seen it. But, you know, I will add more to what, you know, my feelings as well. Yeah. In your comment section, because that is kind of what I do.
Yes, it is.
And I can't argue. I always tell you, like, if I have a point, I will give you my point. And when there's nothing else that can be said, I've done it on your channel, Tony's channel, other channels. I can't argue here. Everything you guys said, I agree 100%, and sometimes that is the case.
Yeah, those episodes are they're so bad. They're so bad.
The first one was bad enough, and I was almost like, I don't know, I might tap out. But because being the super fan and all, I have to. It's there. It's something I can watch. And now that I'm working out all the time, I'll just throw it on in the gym as I'm working out, and it's kind of be the background noise, and you know, and then I'll watch the episode, then I'll watch your review, and then I'll do my critique, you know, because that's kind of what I do a little bit, you know, or add a little bit. But oh man, I don't know. That's the only part that makes it fun for me, though. It's the fact that you suffered through it, I'll suffer through it. Here's my comments, here's your comments, and the rest of the world can comment as they please.
Right. This right here, dude, this comment, and that was a good segue talking about Batwoman, because this is our third buy or sell topic. DC has a Batgirl versus Supergirl movie planned. Oh boy. I feel like Droopy Dog right now. Tommy, this is probably the most accurate comparison I have ever heard. I swear to God, Grace is the female version of Campia. Yes. If you, I guarantee you, if you took something that they reviewed and did a side by side of it, it would probably be like, they're so, both of them are, but they're both so annoying. They're both so, and Campy is another one. I used to just hate watch him. They both flip flop more than men on a nude beach. Yes, that's another one. Both of them are like notorious flip floppers. What is that? Now, if we have any Latinos in the audience, it's a chancla, correct? The flip flop that you get hit with as a kid. I have Mexican friends. I know this. I just cannot remember how to pronounce it properly, but I believe it's chancla is the flip flop. Because I had a meme about that this morning that I shared. I was just like, it was from I made it for one of my buddies, actually the best man at my wedding. My boy Cheo, and I was like, hey, I sent it to him. It was like, yep. He's like, that's how it was, man. He goes, there's 8 kids in the family. Mom couldn't whoop us all with their bare hands. So, yep, you knew you acted up. You better duck because you're gonna get hit in the back of the head with a flip flop. So yeah, this Batgirl versus Supergirl movie. Are we buying or selling this, chat? Let me know. Right now, I personally am. I know they're working on a Batgirl movie, so I'm probably going to buy this. Considering they did BVS, they're going to want to do the feminist version of it. So, yeah, and we're going to get. And I feel so bad for the chancla is a flip flop. Yes, I said it right. Ha ha! I got. I remembered once. All right, so this is going to be like the bad version of the worst version of BVS, and that is again a movie that I own, and I do like it. I have the Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray.
I have the one that came with the comic as well. I think it was the comic, or it had a book with it anyway.
Okay.
I mean, if they, you gotta remember, Batgirl gets, the Joker blows her, killing joke. That's legitimately what happens. That she's in the wheelchair, becomes Oracle. Are they going to change that, make it where it's Supergirl that does it? Yeah, I'm selling. I'm sorry, I'm going to sell. That's my standpoint on it, because I could see where, as you were saying, okay, that'd be great. I'm more worried on the lines they're going to change the mythos, and then now all of a sudden it's Supergirl that gives her a good one and breaks her spine versus, and the clown will be pissed. I'll probably get jabbed in my sleep again.
That was another thing I was wondering. I was like, yeah, because the Killing Joke, I probably shouldn't have let Trey watch that, and I did when I rented it. But I just think, I don't know if they're gonna translate that movie or not, or if this. Because this is obviously going to have to be set before that, I don't think they'll probably have them reach, some kind of, truce at the end, much like they did with, Batman versus Superman.
Can I be not PG-13 for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're gonna,
Oh, they're gonna. Oh, wait, hang
slam.
on. Oh, you mean this?
Scissor me timber.
That's what's good.
I figured when I did it, you'd hit the button. That's why I was trying to give you the time. I was like, yeah.
I had to make sure I hit the right button.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's I could see them making them both do the thing, and well, let's be honest, Batgirl, she's from Gotham. Which means that Supergirl could easily fall into the trap and become one of
The lesbians!
There we go. And that Jerry the King, yoo-hoo, in the background is almost better than him saying the lesbians. It really is. Let's see here. I want to go up here and let's see. Keely Chow, Batgirl versus Supergirl, dawn of whoever's going to take down Batwoman. Godzillionaire, the woke BVS will be Batgirl, Supergirl having a Twitter argument and then having coffee together, sitting and talking about feelings in a coffee shop, feelings in a hallway. Naughty Monkey Owrath, hey, look, Hollywood has some more stuff. Keeps walking head, doesn't even turn to look. Yeah, I mean, they're reaching at this point. Batgirl versus Supergirl, Dawn of Cake. Batgirl versus Supergirl, when men sick. Batgirl and Supergirl fights over the last slice of cake, but Harley Quinn comes and takes it. Yeah, and then Harley Quinn is obviously going to be, well, we already know with Poison Ivy.
The lesbian!
So, I mean, it's just going to be like, I can't wait for the porn parody of this. Honestly, Axel Braun.
Yeah.
Axel
they've
Braun,
already got many of them, so.
Axel Braun, you're on the clock.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that they're gonna do this. Woke DC is gonna do this. They'll do this. Let's see. Why not have Leslie Headland direct? Why not have Leslie Headland come in and direct that? Right? Jesus, help me, Rhonda.
Well, if we've got Grace as one of them, who's going to be the other? We got to finish the casting here,
right? Let's see. I don't. Well, we've got Supergirl is the, and it's sad too because that hot the girl that played that's playing Supergirl, the what is she? She's Latina. She's gorgeous. And then they cut her hair off and they put her in that dumpy costume. It's like,
yep.
yeah. Let's avert. We're gonna avert the male gaze. It's just it's like what? Why? Like let her be a beautiful woman. You're dumb. It's the Rose Tico syndrome. That's what it is. It's RTS. It's Rose Tico syndrome. Let's see what else we got here. Let me go down.
Well, I'm still suffering from PTSD from the post-traumatic, stress of Star Wars disorder, post-traumatic Star Wars disorder. So, yeah.
That's it. They won't have Joker cripple Batgirl. It'll be Harley Quinn. Probably because they won't have that's the thing, though. It would be like, it would show the man being more evil. But then again, Joker is a villain. So therefore, he can't be a full-on villain and cripple her because he needs to be redeemable to make him an anti-hero because we can't have villains anymore. We've got to have, everybody's got to be an anti-hero.
Which is misunderstood.
Yep. And that's it. And that's, that's the thing that really pisses me off. I did love the Joker movie, though. I mean, Todd Phillips did a bang-up job with that. And that kind of, shows the de-evolution. But, not every character needs to be that, though. Not every iteration of the character has to be that way. In The Killing Joke, there's nothing redeemable about the Joker.
No, that's why at the end of it, Batman kills him.
Exactly.
Why it goes, so many people don't seem to understand. It's the Killing Joke because he tells a joke, and then Batman finally, he's laughing, and then it's quiet.
Yep. Yeah, and then Batman didn't he break his neck, I think it was, or something like that.
Yep. Yeah. So, of course, this is speculation. This is one of those geek.
It's they left it ambiguous. They did. Yes, they left it ambiguous.
So that was always my take on it, though, that he killed him. It's like, all right, after all of this, that especially with Batgirl getting shot and raped and everything else.
Yep. Yeah, that was like I said. I was like, I probably shouldn't let the kid watch that, but
but I don't know though, man. With it being at his age, I don't think he's going to pick up on You really would have to watch, and I read the comic, so of course.
See, I haven't read the comic. I'm going to buy the graphic novel, though.
Yeah, just as good, man, just as good. But yeah, I don't think that he saw it, but it would have been just a speck in his brain. There was so much going on, and it's so colorful, and it was done properly. Yep. I think it was. I think you're in the clear.
Yeah, and it was like a year ago, so I don't really think he remembers it, honestly. But he watched. He really likes Flashpoint Paradox, the animated. That's one of my favorite DC animated movies. That one's right back here too. And he's got, what is it? Justice League War. He's got that one. And this is another. This is an underrated Batman series. Beware the Batman. Mm-hmm. I like this. I really did. I wasn't a huge fan of the animation style.
It was different.
It was, but I liked the stories that they told in it. Let's see. Tommy says they dumbed down the cartoon versions. Are you talking about Killing Joke, Tommy? I think he is. I think that's what he's referring to.
Well, a lot of people complain because the beginning was longer, but the reason they did that was runtime. Because if you were just to make the Killing Joke into a movie, you got 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I understood why they did it. And I was okay with it. I went and saw it in theaters, and I own it. It's right there, too. So, yeah. I like it.
He says one they have on HBO Max, he doesn't kill Joker. Damn. That's... Yeah, see, that's the way I took it. I was like, he killed him. He broke his neck. That's when I was watching.
It never showed it. Keep in mind, guys, it's literally one of those that fades to black, but you hear him laugh, and then it's quiet, and you hear the rain. So that was where we took, okay, he finally, that's where the argument comes into, or the debate, if you will. because we all are a bunch of master debaters here.
Pretty much.
So yeah, that was always the spin though, was that, you know, he did. Now I've not watched on HBO Max because I own it, but I'm pretty sure the ending should still be the same, where they're, you know, Joker tells the joke, they're both laughing, you hear Batman laughing, and then it goes quiet and you just hear the rain falling, and then credits. So if that's what they did, they literally don't show Batman or you know, actually killing him. We just assume because that was the last movie, and then I think after that, you know, they ended up with like a relaunch on the comic.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. It's been too long, and I'm awake but not awake. So
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Got that fog.
We were talking a little bit earlier about Masters of the Universe. So I got an article here. I have a couple Masters of the Universe articles that we're going to cover. And we're not gonna read the whole article. I just want to pick out the bullet point here. And Masters of the Universe Revelation will rename Skeletor in Part 2. And this is due to the end of the episode where he got the power sword, and this is what his new moniker will be: Skelegod. I think I can speak for probably a lot of Master Universe fans when I say
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's about it. Normally I don't play that GIF on the daytime show, but that applies here. He's Skeletor. He doesn't need to be Skelegod or.
How about shit when he killed Moss Man? I couldn't believe that.
That was ridiculous. Godzillionaire Skeletor will be renamed Skeletrump.
Yes.
They're gonna turn him orange. They're going to turn Skeletor orange, and he's going to come out and be like, I'm going to be huge. We're going to make Eternia great again. That's actually more Alan Oppenheimer. I can't do the Mark Hamill version of it. Tommy, here we go. The toy looks horrendous. I seen the Skelegod on a toy on a shelf. Yeah, I was going to say that... just from the show, just seeing him in the show, I can imagine how bad the toy looks. I don't like this. I don't like the name. I don't like the way I'm not saying that how they are portraying. I'm not saying how they're portraying Skeletor is not accurate, somewhat. But I don't like the name change. I don't. And I don't like Mark Hamill. I don't like Mark Hamill doing the voice. I don't. I'm right. Sorry. I don't. It's. I can't not hear the Joker. I can't not hear him being the trickster in Flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because the trickster was basically Joker. I'm just like, you freaking named him the trickster. You know. But I don't know. I mean, they're in the same universe, but it's just. It seemed a little on the nose to me. I don't even know if the trickster is a comic character.
I think it was a spin off of another comic character ish kind of thing. But yeah, I can't remember 100%, but it did have something to do. Either Trickster was, or it had something to do with whatever the line was that he was in. Like father wise, it wasn't. It was something else. But yeah, it is legitimately something DC. But yeah, I can't remember right off the top of my head. But I don't know. I just. Here's the problem. The main problem I have is that when I came home from school, you'd watch He-Man, and like as a kid, you loved it. And then you become an adult, and you can go back and still watch the cartoons and whatnot. So the love I heard in Tony's voice, right? When I heard that, you know, him speaking on behalf of how he felt, like, I mean, that's real. Like that isn't for clicks. That's he's disgusted, and I understand why, especially. Being a little older, it's like, hey, I remember this and I loved it. And as what I've watched so far, like I said, it's pretty. I don't feel that hashtag not my He-Man, is kind of where I got to go with it. It's just not what I was expecting, which fine, whatever, what has been lately. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm curious to see how much of this Kevin's actually wrote versus other people, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't see. And Vinny, Vinny has inside contacts in the industry too, and he said straight up that Kevin Smith really has nothing to do with this. He is simply just a showpiece, a figurehead, somebody to, take the beating he's taken now in the event.
Nerd culture, dude. He was known for nerd culture. You got to remember, go back, look at Kevin Smith. What was Kevin Smith?
Oh, I know.
The biggest one pushing nerd culture.
Yep.
So, of course, you're going to go with him. And again, he's not their guy. He's not a Hollywood guy. He's just a guy you can grab, throw under the bus, and then, wipe your arse with and, throw in the street.
Yep. I still love the Make Eternia Great Again. I want to get one of those shirts. That would, right. I just would get a red T-shirt and just put Make Eternia Great Again on there. And have I would have like a picture of Skeletor on it with that, on there. And I guarantee you it would trigger people. They'd be like, oh my, and then they'd look at it and be like, oh wait, that's clever. I'd be like, yeah, exactly. Like I'm not I don't worship politicians as, demigods. I just,
right.
They're all tools to me. They are, every single one of them. I don't care. They're all tools. They work for us. My Sketchbook 340. Trickster is a comic book character, and the original Joker voice was from the 90s Flash series. Then Hamill used it on Batman the Animated Series. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate the knowledge drop. Yeah, see, I didn't know. I have no idea if he was a comic character or not.
I thought he, like I said, man, I kind of remembered him being, but then again, brain fog, it happens. Yeah. The older you get, it does happen from time to time. So thank you.
Yep. Let me hang on a second. I got to run over to the other side of the room here, and you'll be able to hear me talk. I just have to take my headphones off because speaking of DC comic characters, and I used this the other night. I think it was the other night on the air. Maybe Wednesday night when we were talking about, race swaps and things like that. That DC is doing now, and it's like, the whole thing that the guy He-Man said, nobody gives a shit about original black characters like Clamp Champ and all that. Well, here's if you want to see exactly what DC has, there's this. I haven't had a chance. My son got this for his birthday. Big shout out to Jared, my co-host on the wrestling podcast. He brought this for Trey. He's like, this is more for you right now than it is him, but he goes, he'll appreciate this later. And there's a lot of diverse characters in this that they could use. It's just they choose not to. But yeah, this book is freaking great. I need to get the Marvel one now. But yeah, that is There's a lot of characters in there that aren't white, or male that they could use, but they just don't. Yeah. So I don't know, but let's see here. So yeah, I don't like the Skella God. I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous.
I like the rewrite that we're coming up with. His skull changes to orange, and make it turn great again. Yeah, I'm going with that. I like that a lot better.
I think that would I think it'd play better, and it'd be at least the woke audience would buy him as a more threatening villain. You know what I mean? Here we go. We're unbounding into comics. Let me acknowledge the chat. Tony, what's up, brother? Sorry. Hey, I can't Tony, I can't listen to your voice message yet. Unless it's safe for the air. But Kevin Smith to Hollywood is Bender to the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh, nice Futurama reference. The worst made to compete with a Marvel character DC did was Black Racer. I don't know if that. Never even heard of him. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to read the whole book yet. I've kind of perused through some of the characters, but Black Racer, I'll have to look that one up and see if it's in there. How old is that character, Tommy? Let's see here. So this article, while Tommy is he's taking a moment to answer here. Netflix reveals Masters of the Universe creative team aimed to design Teela with a more realistic, muscular perspective, inspired by Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and the Legend of Korra. Okay, so it's funny. Everybody was talking about how big Teela was here and something in the side shave. They said nobody looks good with that side shave. I actually am. I follow this chick. She's a bodybuilder. Her name's Kristen Nunn, and she has that haircut. But her face is like she's jacked. She's gorgeous though, but she is like ultra feminine. You look at her face and it's like no mistaking. I've seen her with the haircut and without it. And she's one of the few women that I'm like, You rock that, girl. You rock that. And yeah, her traps are bigger than mine too, which is kind of hot. I don't
Well, not everybody
yeah.
pull off a pixie cut either, man. I mean, when you think
No.
like, legitimately, this has nothing to do with body types or anything. There's certain
It's
hairstyles
face.
that some people can't,
Yep.
pull off. I mean, like you, I've seen you with, the pictures you've shown. You're like, yeah, no.
With hair?
know?
With hair? Oh yeah, dude. I look completely different with hair. That's like right now, those of you keeping score at home, I did a thing, I shaved all the beard off. The goatee is like very neatly trimmed. My wife hates it. She hates
for
it.
you, I did the same. Okay, you know what I love. I've been to your house.
Yep.
So I mean, I cleaned up a little bit. This is never going to change because it's just one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, as you know, Jim the Anvil
Neidhart.
So I mean, it's I've got the body style and everything. Now I'm getting bigger, so that kind of helps because since you unknowingly motivated me enough to get off my ass to work out, I'm up to 210. But then again, muscle weighs more than fat, and just in toning, I've gone from 204 to 210. Not gaining anything in the waist or any of that stuff. Just toning muscle. And the guys I do digital pollution with on Wednesdays, real quick, I'll say this and I'll shut up. They can't believe, they're like, your shoulders are looking huge. Brent was just like, good God, man, in 6 weeks, you're looking really solid. He's like, your forearms are popping. And I mean, I'm not huge by any means, not trying to be. I mean, yeah, a little bit bigger would be nice. Giggity. And that's what she said. But, at the end of the day,
double.
For me, I'm doing it for myself, for health. And as I was explaining last night with you, especially, it's like having a gym bro that lives 4 hours away that I can message and he messages back. And it's just the constant. Sometimes you just need that. Hey, good job, or do this. Or if I got a stupid question, I could Google. But why am I going to Google when I got an ETEP or a Tony or when it comes to back in the day, we used to talk. People used to talk. It wasn't interwebs and text messages. It was you pick up the telly and so I mean, and I'm still that kind of old school guy.
Yeah.
I respect the fact that everybody has a life. That's why I will message you on Facebook or hell, half the time I text message you. I don't mean to. I mean to do it on the other one, but because as you know more about me than a lot of people with my vision issues. I hit the wrong button on the cell phone because I don't mean to, but I do from time to time hit the wrong one and send the message. And then when you get time, you always reply. And I'm very gracious. So thank you for that.
Absolutely,
but that's just it. I got motivated. And it was nothing that ETEP did personally to motivate me. It's real weird the way that the world came together and, you were working out and a week later I'm working out and, and then with the necklace and everything else. I literally was going to mail it to you. I figured this would be easy. This dude don't want to see my ugly mug, and then instead I actually got to come out and hang out with you. And then to find out how similar our lives are is what was scary. When you put it together, you've got a 5-6-year-old now. I've got a 42 4-year-old. So, and it's literally like, oh my goodness, this is once again, to quote Jeff, I found Jeff Hicks because of Frank the Wiener Dog. No joke. That is how I found him. He said it was meant to be. This was meant to be. Not me being on your show, but just us becoming really good friends. And that's the thing. I always appreciate being on the show. And I know I bramble, and it's just my brain. Sometimes I got to get it up before I forget. But I am very gracious for everything that you've helped me with. Yeah, man. The motivation, the fact that you suffer through what you do, and I know what you do, and I've told you this is how I know you're not doing it for the money because you ain't getting paid for any of this.
No.
What you do for videos and whatnot, but you're so good at it, and I appreciate it. Everybody, obviously, that follows and comes and parties with us and plays, they appreciate it. And I still see. I have to agree. I'm hoping we get you monetized by the end of the year. I'm doing my part as best as I can. Like I said, I took over Proper Show as I just took over yours, just to promote you and especially my buddy Tony, because I've been a deaf head since meeting Tony and watching his videos, and I was tired of not having the deaf heads, so I had to have them represented the proper way. If Tony is the number one deaf head, which I'm gonna say I am because I'm the one with this, but he did create it, so I guess I'm the number 2. But at the end of the day, Tony and the work he does is awesome. Everybody, every day that and ETEP's tired because he's always on. He's always on. Even when he's not on air, he's on my TV. At home, he's always running. So I know you're tired. But at the end of the day, man, I do my part as a super fan to get you the watch hours, to spread the word. That goes for everybody. Anybody that I'm on with, even people like Rookie Critic and Black Angus Reviews, people that I've known for a long time, I still spread the word. Check these guys out. We're all smaller channels, and nobody else is going to help us. I mean, if you don't put the work in and you don't do the stuff as you're doing, you're never going to grow if that's what you truly, truly want. I mean, come on, the men's room. We're 12 people away from making Tommy Gunn eat sushi for the first time. I'm still trying. I mean, I helped get him up, but we're still a little limp, giggity. We need 12 more people. At 100 subs, Tommy is going to eat sushi for the first time in his life, and he's in his mid-30s. So that's the game plan, which then means I, as a superfan, have to drive to Virginia so that we can all film it and eat sushi. So I will drop the link tree in the chat if you guys don't mind. If you haven't subscribed to the men's room, please do. Just make time to eat sushi.
If are you Adam? You're wrenched, aren't you?
No, because because like yesterday when I was going to do Vassies and I put in there, I was like, hey, if Draven can't, Tommy is though.
Okay, hang on. Well, make a comment in the chat because you haven't commented in a minute. I can't find one.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna wrench. I'm gonna give you a wrench. I thought I already did.
No, well, see, it's it was all good because usually you always had people, and that's so I'm not the wrench hooer. That would be Frank, because as you know, if you don't give Frank a blue wrench when he's in your chat and he's part of your streams and all that, when he builds his Death Star, you're not allowed on. That was the shtick with Frank in the.
There you go.
So thank you, sir. But yeah, it's literally if us smaller if we the smaller people, if you will, the smaller channels don't help support and promote, you're never going to go anywhere. And as you've said, it is a labor of love, and you're going to be where you're at for a reason. YouTube's going to keep you down too, but it's one of those things. Like at the men's room, it's not about numbers for us. Like we all get together, we have fun, just like you and I are doing this morning.
Yep.
The main thing was getting 100. That was the first goal. Get to 100, make Tommy eat sushi. And I mean, to me, that was well worth it. I'm like, look, the dude's never, ever, ever ate sushi, and he's picky. He's a finicky eater. So that was the other. It's like, oh, so if we do this, you'll eat sushi. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's it. Game on.
I see. I hadn't had sushi in like 10 years until like last winter, and my wife's friend and our friend Rose and Dustin, we all went out to dinner, and Rose is like, "You want to try some sushi?" I'm like, "You know what? Yeah." I was drunk. I'm like, "Let's have some sushi," and I freaking loved it. I absolutely loved it. So my wife doesn't eat seafood. I don't eat fish or anything, but I will eat sushi. Let's see. There's Tommy's link. Let me go up and acknowledge the chat here real quick. My sketchbook 340. The funny thing is, Kevin Smith has been validated so much he's not as good as he thinks he is. No. His best days creatively are far behind him. Black Racer was DC's answer to Silver Surfer in 1971. My sketchbook 340 says Beth Phoenix should have voiced Tila. You know what? I wouldn't have minded that, honestly.
I'd have preferred it.
Yeah, I've been in love with her since the first time I saw her in Ohio Valley Wrestling. Fucking Edge, lucky bastard. Silver Surfer first appeared in 1966. Okay, so DC was like a couple years late to the party with that. Pursuing Paranormal. Cody, what's up, bro? Good morning, fellas. Working and lurking. Sharpoopy, that girl is hard to get. Sharpoopy, but you can win her yet. There we go, right there. There's some, there we go. I'm also suffering from watching Batwoman. I know Keely Chow did. He watched this season along with us, so he would suffer as well. There's Tony's channel right there, the Clown World Review. The worst channel on YouTube, as Tony so describes it. Also, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, one of my mods. Subscribe to him right now. Give him more subs. YouTube has punished his channel for some unknown reason, so they've taken subs away, watch hours, much like they did me, Vinny Tardamella. Countless other YouTubers have had their watch hours stripped away. They took at one point, I think it was over 1,000 from Vinny. I lost about 800, but I've got them back. Honestly, my live streams and the Pixar Moms with Dump Truck Ass video I did a year ago, which is at 46,000 views now, and that video still pulls 100 views a day. After I was like, holy shit, that's going to be like my magnum opus right there. Is that video? What else? Fat asses. I got that GIF made. I just haven't uploaded it on here yet. And the Batwoman videos are what gets me watch hours. That's what gets the watch hours right there. So,
Scotty Steiner, we're Michigan people,
right? His I think it's his aunt is it's not his aunt. It's a cousin. She is it's Lisa Recksteiner. She works at a It's a Chrysler store in Bay City. One of the ones I used to dealer trade with them. She actually answered the phone. When she was like Lisa Rechsteiner, I wanted to be like, fat asses, but I didn't. I'm like, no. I was like, that's terribly unprofessional of me, but I didn't. I was like, I went because we were doing a dealer trade. I'm like, you got a 33 1/3% chance of giving me this car, but just go off on the whole damn Steiner math spiel. Dude, I've been trying to chip away at Vinny's watch hours for days. Now it's all gone. No, this was a while ago. He's gotten most of them back, Brutal. But yeah, he has. And see, we appreciate that, guys. Like Adam, you do that for me and for other YouTubers and Brutal, sitting there and watching the videos. Just putting a playlist on. That's why I've got them in playlists. So yeah, and I looked the other day, and it's funny. Somebody asked me, you're episode 162 of Monday Night Going in Raw, and there's only 105 videos on your playlist. I'm like, well, let me explain. Before we did the live streams on YouTube, it was an Anchor FM show. So the first, 90 some episodes are all on Anchor FM. And it wasn't called, it wasn't really called Going in Raw then. It was the Place to Be Reviews podcast, and we were on Anchor, and, I'd share the links on Facebook, and I started doing, I was doing some videos before I started doing live streams. I was still, doing some single release videos before I really got into streaming, and we would still do the podcast actually after we started doing live streams. We would do Monday night. Loudy and I would do like the Power Hour. We would do an hour on Anchor. And I would upload that, and then we would go live on YouTube, and we would do that on Monday and Wednesdays, and it's like, this is too much. So we just went to live streams, and Anchor was kind of a clunky interface, so we got off there. But yeah, all the older episodes are on Anchor FM under the Place to Be Reviews, or E-Temple Queens. But just search both; it's on there. They're all on there. I think there's still a link somewhere on either Twitter or I don't know, but I'll share a link to it on Twitter for everybody. So let's dive down a little bit into this because I just want to get to some of the quotes from what they said. And it says, Netflix has revealed Tila was given her generic strong female design in Masters of the Universe Revelation in order to portray her with a more realistic muscular perspective than any of her previous incarnations, as the streaming giant felt important that realism is included with the character design. Yeah, and see, if you okay, with the way she looks, honestly, if you gave her not this jawline right here, this is the problem, for me anyway, because like I said, I don't mind these biceps and these shoulders, not at all, but just round the jaw off, make that face feminine, and give her some, her legs are a little thin, like she looks like she skips leg day, like. Give her some bigger quads, man. Make her a little quadzilla. I would give her like, well, who's good at that is Machini 90. Big shout out to Machini 90. He can draw some hot women. So can Vinny Tartamella though, and so can Katie Nerium, creator of Bonds the Drive. Check that out too. Let's see. Tommy says, yeah, YouTube has been ridiculous about everything for close to 2 years. They really seem to run off the rails. Yeah, they just punish. They punish people, man. They punish people for nothing. I've been doing it for everybody since according to Christy. Well, Brutal Morning would hail to you, man. And we as YouTubers, we appreciate the hell out of that. We really do. Tila from Master Universe Revelation makes me want to do the angry Buffy stare. Tila looks like the Joker. Yes, the way her mouth is. That is. If you put the makeup on her in that picture, yeah, that is a Joker pose right there.
Yeah, dude. Paint her white a little bit. I mean, you can even go as far back as to the Dark Knight Returns Part 2 from Frank Miller, and you can see it. It's just
Yeah. Okay. So I think right here, as I'm looking at this tweet, all right, and to say she's like Gal Gadot is way, like, she's thin. Like, okay, so this is the thing. I love Gal Gadot. I think she does a great job as Wonder Woman in the first movie. The second movie was absolute garbage. I found nothing redeeming about that. She tried, but it's a bad movie. And that's not her fault. She didn't write it, but there's only so much you can't outact horrible writing. You can sometimes, chew the scenery enough to where it takes the focus off of it, but she doesn't have that I can chew the scenery. She's a beautiful woman. she's just way too thin. Like, I think Wonder Woman, she's an Amazon. Okay, she doesn't have to be like a bodybuilder, but like more like a fitness type. Some tone. Maybe a little bit bigger. Gal Gadot is just so thin. She's, like I said, she's a gorgeous woman. She's just very thin. For an Amazon anyway. But this tweet, this is funny because they got lit up after that. So here it is. Ickley Bognostraclums. Thank God, in a show that allows a character to get a nice tan and become a total beefcake from holding a piece of metal and saying a quick one-liner, it's really important that realism is included in the character design. Yeah, they're getting lit up for this now. They replied to that. When women are often drawn unrealistically in so many forms of media, yeah, it's really important that realism is included in the character design. And this is my question: why the hell can't they use proper English, capitalization and things? Like, this is I know it's Twitter, but this is terrible. Like, just capitalize the beginning of your sentence. That annoys the fuck out of me. When somebody tries to be snarky on Twitter and then they look completely freaking stupid because they type like they're a 14-year-old girl. That's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of like a response that like one of my friend's teenage daughters sends them. They're like, yeah, this is great. This is what I get, and they get a text. They show me a text message and it's like some snark and it's, this is what it's written like, So, hey, our boy YetiCast responded, realistic, Tila injected the world's supply of steroids in this show. There is no resemblance to Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, or Gal Gadot. Yeah, this scene made me laugh. I was like, she's bigger than Adam. Like, her delts are bigger than Adam. I'm like, what? Like I said, man, I think Adam should have been, I know why they did it. They wanted the more drastic transformation from Adam to He-Man. But in the first show, Adam was still He-Man size. He just wore that outfit, but he was still that same. He was just a little less tan, a little less Jersey Shore. So this is CBG writing. There was nothing unrealistic about her original design. In fact, the OG version is more normal and a realistic, achievable body shape than the new one. I suspect realistic is woke for less likely to be found hot by men. See, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong.
Yeah.
You happen to forget that there are dudes that like female bodybuilders. I happen to be one of them, and I'm not ashamed of that at 41 at all. Because there's okay. So I've been made fun of for this in the past, and I will say this. This is what I will say. If people think I'm weird or a freak for that, there are people who wear animal costumes and fuck each other. There are dudes that go out and chase morbidly obese women. And I'm sorry, but I would rather have a woman who is maybe in a little bit better shape than me, than like what's eating Gilbert Grape. Let me put it that way, okay? I'm not chasing the mom on my 600-pound life, all right? That's it. That's the way it is. But yeah, but this is good. Okay, I will say the outfit on the first one looks good. Her face kind of, I don't know what's going on there. But this one looks like accurate as hell to the original. Completely accurate. That is great cosplay right there. It really is. I think it is. I'm not a cosplay expert or anything, but I think that looks great. And here it is right here. Gadot and Korra don't even have bodies like the ones in Tila's crappy show. Can they stop lying? I like Gadot as Wonder Woman, but she's hardly muscular. It's my main criticism of her in the role. Well, and some poor line delivery at times. See, that's it right there. She's so thin. It's like, I understand you have superpowers and everything, but at the same time, it's like you are an Amazon. The Amazons are a race of big, muscular women. That's what an Amazon is. They're either really tall and big or muscular and tall. That is an Amazon. I'm like, do they not understand they did this for more mainstream appeal? I understand that. I do. But at the same time, it's like, look at the Amazons in the background. Like, I go back to this scene all the time. With the girls with the hammers when Hippolyta was, or whatever her mom's name is running out of the out of the building that they had the mother box in, and they knocked the pillars out to close the door. Brooke and Anise is one of those Amazons, and she's a CrossFitter, and that right there is the kind of body that I see. Like, you're an Amazon. That's like Wonder Woman right there. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I was so shocked when they originally cast Godot in that role. I'm like, isn't she a little thin? You know, but it is what it is. Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective, Tila had roid rage while yelling at Adam. That was about it. Like, that was like, she was like a female bodybuilder, like on carb depletion, 24 hours before a contest, when somebody eats like a cookie in front of her, she's going to rip your freaking head off and take that cookie and devour it. That's what's going to happen. They're mean.
It's known as a hug. It's known as that whole little line. It's known as a hug. And the one that you had mentioned beforehand, the Justice League War. Look at the Wonder Woman and how she was drawn. Why couldn't they do that? Because that looked good.
Yep.
When you go back and look at that movie from back then, for being Wonder Woman, to take Al out of it, that was fine. You could have drawn Tila more like that versus, basically shave her head and she looks like, a wannabe Joker with, roid rage.
That's it. Hail brightest day. What's up, brother? Horny Alf. What's up, man?
Hail.
He says Amazons were beefy. Yeah, they were, man. I mean, even like you could have had a Gina Carano body type for Tila. I mean, Gina Carano, big, thick, strong girl. You know, she's not like completely jacked out, but she'll knock you the fuck out with one punch. I mean, or she'll choke your ass out. She's a big, strong woman, and beautiful as hell. There's so many things they could have done, and that's a very realistic body type. She has a achievable body type, you know what I mean, without spending 7 days a week, training 3 days, three times a day, and a little bit of Winstrol, or what's the one there, Tren. Tren is big. I'm not saying I know what they are, but I know what they are, and I don't care. See, that's a misconception too. Everybody's like, oh, they're taking, it's a generalization. Steroids. It's like there are so many different variations, and there's things that I know because I know female competitors that it's like they'll take certain drugs, PEDs, that won't affect their femininity, because there are drugs that you can you have to be wary of your cycles when you're cycling them and things like that, because it's a lot of it. You have to get your blood levels and your kidneys checked, because that, depending on what you're taking and the quality of it too. But like I said,
they just want a bunch of testosterone so they can grow fucking more hair, have some mustaches, and then big Arnold muscles.
That's like the 90s. A lot of the early 90s female bodybuilders,
just like that.
Were like, I remember, what was her name? Denise Rutkowski. I think she won the Jan Tana a couple times, and I don't think she ever won Miss Olympia because Lenda Murray was competing back then, and Lenda Murray was like, and she's still, if you don't know who Lenda Murray is, probably one of the most successful female bodybuilders from like the late 80s to early 90s into like 2000, 2001, won like 8 straight Miss Olympia titles, and always looked gorgeous. Competition off season, and she's still she has a healthy like physique now, and she's just still beautiful, and she's like almost 60 years old, so kind of like a Corey Everson type, if you remember Corey Everson. Just that, and that was, they were never really huge, they were just toned, but bodybuilding was a much different sport back then. So yeah, they didn't, everybody called these people out on Twitter for this, and it was great to see him getting roasted. Here's Steven the artist. I like this guy. He says, so glad to see the men of Masters of the Universe Revolution have been designed with a more realistic muscular perspective than their past iterations as well. The unfair standard of masculinity in the original cartoon was very harmful to the self-esteem of young boys, as He-Man looks like way bigger than he did back then. I mean, so yeah, this is funny. They really roasted on the Netflix geeked excuse for that. You know what I mean? It was great.
What I didn't get was like the bit of Prince Adam that we got too. He acted so childish versus the original cartoon. Yeah. It's like literally you took a 14-year-old that then turned into He-Man. I mean, shit, it was like Shazam for at that point. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, Death by Snoo Snoo. There's nothing wrong with that. Pursuing Paranormal says they go to the Jose Canseco School of Health. Yeah, and the point I was making about Denise Rutkowski was, she looks god awful now. Like, I mean, horrible. Yeah, she has like her mustache is just a little bit thinner than mine. Like she's just deflated, just horrible looking. I mean, she's aged very poorly, but she was like on all kinds of juice. Kind of like what's her name that passed away, Nicole Bass. Used to be in ECW and WWE. Yeah, but she was. I will say this: Nicole Bass was one of the sweetest women there was. She was so not like she was 6'2", 235 pounds. She was basically me. And yeah, she was, but she was a sweetheart. Really, she was off camera. I mean, she was a sweetheart. But yeah, so there's validity on both sides of that argument. So damn, we've already been going for an hour and 40 minutes. I said 90 today, but we've got some quick hitting topics here we're going to go through to round out the show. And here we go. Let me go over because I've still got like 900 tabs open here.
900, man. Well, I'm a deaf head. You're a deaf head. Wouldn't you like to be a deaf head too?
Here we go right here. The Transformers movie returns to theaters in September for the 35th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
If this is playing anywhere near me, I am taking my son. This was one of the first full-length animated movies he sat through with me. And he was freaking glued to it, which made my heart so happy because I loved this movie as a kid. This was one of the first movies I rented on VHS.
I bet you cried when Optimus died, didn't you?
As a kid? Oh, God, yeah.
I was going to say, don't you lie.
No.
As a kid.
No, as a kid, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
That, like,
right.
Trey even did. He was like, he's isn't he the leader? I'm like, yeah. You know, because I was explaining there, you know, who the Autobots and the Decepticons were, and yeah, he got really sad. He didn't full on cry, but he got sad. He's like, he can't die. I'm like, I know, buddy.
I swear they did this either the 25th and or the 30th as well. They had brought. I'd have to go through my Facebook 5 years back and look, but they had brought it back out temporarily as well then, and I was hoping they played at the drive-in. Because we have in Plymouth, we have a drive-in. So maybe it was something they're doing, man. It might be worth the trip of me coming and kidnapping y'all and bringing you here, and then we'll go 45 minutes south and go to the drive-in. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But that movie, and thank you for not lying, because there's so many people that, I didn't cry. I'm like, oh, you're lying. You are. Everybody, every child that watched that movie cried when Optimus died, especially if you were, had watched the original series, and the cartoon series. The hell you didn't. Everybody.
Oh, I did.
Optimus died.
Yeah, I absolutely did. I can't lie about that one. That hit you right in the childhood. If you watch that show, you know how that felt when he died. Here is I gotta refresh it.
Because one shall stand and one shall fall. Oh no.
Here we are. Aquaman 2 producer defends Amber Heard's return. It's best for the movie. Peter Safran says the protest against Amber Heard's Aquaman 2 casting was never going to work as the producers would never react to pure fan pressure. This is by Jeremy Duch. I don't think this was I don't think this is a good idea. I don't. I think it'll detract from the movie. I'm sure people are still going to go see it because people love Jason Momoa. Is the women, especially the women folk. They did do a DVD releases for those years. I need to get those on.
Yeah, I own it. I've got the box set.
I need to get the Transformers for him. That and the original. I'm going to get the original G.I. Joe and Motu, but those are more for. Well, I mean they're for both of us. Let's be honest. See, he's kind of just starting to get into I've got a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff left that I didn't sell. And we'll get the vehicles off the shelf because they're on the same shelf with the Star Wars stuff, and we'll get those when we have battles, and those come out to play too. So I kick myself in the ass for selling the Tomahawk helicopter. I do. I shouldn't have sold that damn thing.
Yeah, but they did remake a lot of the original. I mean, I know what you're saying. You had the original lines, but at least when they remade them, it's to spec of what it was. So that's the positive.
I'd pick up an anniversary one of the re-releases, just to have another one. Plus, I could pick it up a little bit cheaper, and I'd feel a little bit better if something happened to it, Let's see. Not interested. Max Zorin 1101. Thank you. I haven't seen that name in the chat in a minute. Thank you for joining us. Not interested in seeing it. If she's in it, she's garbage. If Jason Momoa was caught beating up his significant other, they'd recast him in a heartbeat. Yes, all of that. All of that is correct. Honestly, it truly is. I'll sail the high seas and watch that. I'm not going to pay to see it in the theater I will say this, unless the kid wants to go and the wife and the kid want to go see it, which. And literally, Aquaman was the first full live action movie that my son sat through, and because of the visuals in the movie, he was enthralled with it. Much like Black Panther, those were two of the movies he loved. Black Panther is one of my favorite MCU movies. It's not great. It's not good even at points. It's downright terrible, but I do enjoy it. Tina Bojan, I want to shout out to Tina because she's getting ready to leave. Thanks for being great entertainment while I've been working this morning. You guys have been a godsend for my sanity. Absolutely, Tina. Absolutely. We are all happy to entertain, and we're happy that you are in the chat. So thank you for joining. We do appreciate it. Horny Alf says Jason Momoa is a generally likable guy. Seems like he would be cool in person. Yeah, he seems like somebody you could just sit back and have a beer with.
Well, he's Samoan, and the other Samoan that we both do know is extremely likable and likes to sit back and have some whiskey. So, I'd say yeah.
I broke bread with Nick, and I've had a lot of drinks with Nick, and he's a good guy. Hail Fandom Collective! Yes, good to see the Fandom Collective, which another group which I'm a member of, and the wonderful team over there of Flipped Out, the Rookie Critic, Fallon, Fanzine, Penny, Daniela, and Stevie J, and they are wonderful peeps. Great creative support team, and just an amazing group of creators. So check that. Go subscribe to the Fandom Collective. If one of my mods could drop a link for the Fandom Collective channel in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. My Sketchbook 340, hopefully it comes out as a quote along, right? Brutal Morningwood, agreed all day. Fandom Collective says, what are y'all up to? What was for breakfast? I ate horribly this morning, and I took the kid, and he got a hash brown. I went and got my coffee, and we got a couple sausage biscuits because the wife wanted one. It's Friday. It's usually my cheat day anyway. And honestly, it was funny. You're talking about working out. I have not worked out in like 2.5 weeks because of all the vacations. I've been on the road. I gained like 10 pounds this month. I'm like, God damn it.
I was laughing at you when you're talking about the pizza. I'm like, dude, you've been on vacation. You had the wedding, and then you guys went up to the lake, and then everything. And I'm laughing because, as you know, my workouts aren't, I'm not like Arnold size. I'm not going ginormous or anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too old for that shit. Like, I mean, this is funny because it's got Frank's son on it, Mo. So haha, and it looks really good because it's tiny, giggity. That's not what I was going for. So I work out every day and have for the last 6 weeks, other than 2 days. But saying this to people, it's not like killing myself workout. It's literally a full body workout every day. So 3 miles basically that I walk all throughout the entire day, or I do lift, and if I'm not lifting free weights, that's on the machine. But we're talking 5 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yep.
And I've got myself up to, like, when I'm curling, I'm up to 30 pounds easy, and I'll do like 15 reps of 15 or 20, but not always. I mean, there's those days where you just feel really amped, and you're just going, and you're 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 feeling good. Then there's those days where you can barely get in 5 when you're doing like I do, but it is full body. And like I said, you saw me in a cutoff. You saw me, in a whatever the hell I wore, that for whatever reason the shirt I wore is not popping in my head, polo. So I mean, it's not like I'm huge by any means, but at the end of the day, like I showed you, I was flabby, and I'm like, it's better, it's getting better. And when I send you pic, and as you know, look, everybody on here, ETEP looks tiny. I look tiny. When we're on screen, it doesn't matter how big you are.
I know. I hate it. I look so small on camera.
Yeah, when you do this, like, you don't look, but when you actually see, it's different. And I mean, there's this awesome picture he shared on Facebook where he's like, is this working? And like, I look at that and it's inspiration for me to catch up to him. Not that it's I have to. It's just, damn, the man looks great. And then on camera, he looks like a Twizzler, just like I do. So
I do. I hate it. And it's funny too, because like on Facebook, there's that picture of me with like Jeff and Nick and Dion and Kendo and I don't know if Phil was in it, but I know Dan's in it. And it's like, Jeff is huge compared to me, but like I don't look small in the picture. I'm like there's scale right there. You know, yeah. I'm 6'3". I'm like I kind of chubbed out a little bit. I'm back up to like almost 226, but because I was down to like 212 at one point. And I got when I was lifting steady for like what it was like 3 or 4 weeks straight, I got back up to 220. And because I was eating my 6-7 times a day again, and then I've been on vacation for a month, traveling, eating like crap, drinking too much beers, and it's like I'm like 227. I'm like, God damn, I'm 41, so it all goes right to my stomach now. So I'm like, okay, so now it's gonna be like, well, my buddy that's coming over tonight, I've got a fridge full of beer. We're gonna drink some beer this weekend when they're here, But they were partying with us last weekend when we were kayaking, yeah. And it's like they're coming home, and on their way home they're gonna stop and stay the night. So it's like, yeah, we're partying, So I'm not worried about it. So I had McDonald's for breakfast this morning, Normally when I go there, I only get my coffee. That's the only thing I ever get there is coffee. And I've
coffee.
I do, and people have been like, "Oh, you drink McDonald's." I'm like, well, let me say this: unless I want to go to a gas station, there's really nothing here. There's like one gourmet coffee shop here, and I'm not going to pay $10 for a regular coffee with 2 creams. That's all I get. That's all. I'm simple with I don't like the fancy. I don't need that shit. Just give me 2 creams and a regular coffee. That's it. That's all I want. Medium roast. I'm good. That's it right there. But yeah. So that's enough. And Phantom Collector says, you're sexy, bro. I just got to pop that back up. Thank you, boo. Let's see our next headline here. Let me switch that. There we go. All right. So we are going to go over to...
He's a bad boy. Bad boy. I had my protein shake. I had my hard-boiled eggs and my coffee. That's what I've had.
See, normally I'll do like egg whites. I'll have my coffee, and I throw like a little bit, like a couple ounces, not ounces, but like a little bit of cheese, like a couple, maybe like a teaspoon of cheese in with my eggs and just some pepper, and that's all I do in them. But here we are, right here on one of my favorite websites, the Cat Lady Collective, the Mary Sue. I'm going to need a Yelena Belova and the Black Widows series. Shut up, Rachel Leishman. Shut up. Nobody gives a damn. I don't want a black... I don't want to see a Yelena Belova in the Black Widow series. I don't at all. Brutal Morningwood says, hail to that. Dude, I stepped on a scale the other day. I weigh 156. I pulled an entire AC condenser unit up a 3-story building by a rope by myself. Damn. Oof. That's that's a workout right there. You got your that's like your CrossFit for the day, Brutal Morningwood.
Yeah, it is. After that, you deserve a beer. So I quit drinking beer. This, man, you need the Loki button, but for her, it doesn't matter. She's dead. Done.
Yelena's going to be the new Black Widow. They're gonna make her and Florence Pugh. I mean, she's gorgeous, but I don't care anymore. The Black Widow character's dead. You killed her off, whatever. And I know
did a great job as Black Widow. Like I enjoyed her run. And I really enjoyed the memes where they gave her bigger boobs. But seriously, at the end of the day, like that was a great meme. I'm not gonna lie, that thumbs up. But Iron Man 2, her as Black Widow, that whole run with the curly hair, and she was in really good because that was pre-kid. I felt it, man. I thought, yeah, this is the Black Widow.
Mm-hmm. Tina says we're getting more Yelena Belova. She's supposed to be in the She-Hulk series. Yes, I did hear that. That she's going to be making a cameo in She-Hulk and Hawkeye. Obviously, she's going to be in the Hawkeye series. And whatever they're going to do with the Young Avengers, I'm sure. Or given her character, could be the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers, whichever way they decide to go. But they have had a Young Avengers, Dark Avengers, and New Avengers have been in like the writing stages and development hell for at least almost 2.5 years now, since SDCC 2019. the last big Comic-Con before the pandemic. Yeah, that'll give me a Q sticker. But no, they those have been in production for a long time. She-Bulk, they're gonna ruin Jessica Walters' character, and that's another thing. We were talking about women and muscles and everything. Jessica Walters as She-Hulk was always beautiful, sexy, funny, broke the fourth wall, and was still a badass. Now they make her Hulk with a wig and a crop top. And I'm not even talking about the Winter Hulk, which I jokingly called Transformer Hulk, not knowing that it was actually supposed to be a transgender character. I didn't even, I was like, that, because that's what it looked like to me. I'm like, that looks like Hulk, like, did the gimmick and became a Transformer. Like, that's what it looked like to me. And I was just like, whoa. Why are you doing that to She-Hulk? Oh, this averts the male gaze, and at one point they had She-Hulk break a dude out of prison who was guilty of rape, and then let the woman he raped kill him or something like that in one of the comics, well, the recent ones. And the only reason I know is because Yellow Flash, I think it was Yellow Flash, did a video on it, and granted, the crime was horrible. What he did, absolutely. I mean, did he really deserve to die? Yeah. But, I mean, is that really what She-Hulk does? Does She-Hulk go and break people out of prison and so people can kill him?
I mean, at that point, couldn't She-Hulk just grab him by his junk and squeeze?
Right,
Wouldn't that be the same? I mean, but he'd still be alive. He'd just not have a member.
And that's the problem with what they're doing with She-Hulk now is they're making her out to be a man. And it's stupid. Jessica Walters was a great character. Yeah, she's a spinoff of Hulk, but she had her own thing and was freaking awesome. I've got some of the old She-Hulk comics and the Avengers comics where she's in. And it's like she was even in the animated series in the 90s. She was still hot. She was still badass. She's been. I think wasn't she a member of the Fantastic Four for me? I don't know, but I have no idea. But I know she was in the Avengers and all that. But I mean, it's just like, why? Why would you do that? How is Yelena going to match up to the power of Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk? Right? Just like Hawkeye did with everybody else, horny Alf. Tina Bojan, I'll take Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers to get more Baron Zemo. He was one of the only good things about that show. Him and John Walker, Wyatt Russell. Everybody's like, oh my God, John. What got me was Collider wrote that article right after he debuted. He's the banality of white supremacy. I'm like, are you stupid? Like, this is the way the character is supposed to be. People were like legit getting mad. Like, these woke ass journals getting mad about it. I'm like, he's not. It's like, hey, he's not. How is he a racist? Like, how is John Walker racist?
I didn't understand any of that, dude. I mean, as a matter of fact, you should hit your button because what they said was actually really, truly racist. Racist! Yes! Right? They were the ones that were being racist. I mean, when he, he killed the guy. Well, it was a terrorist for one. Two, he just killed, his buddy that they served together.
Yes.
What do you think's going to happen? Like when he did that, and I will say that when he was doing it to the Cookie Monster meme where he was killing the Cookie Monster for the cookie, that was funny. But for the show, I felt it was perfectly the way it should be. And then there was all this outrage. It's like you realize this is a show, right? Not real life. Like there's more horrible things happening in the real world. And you're crying about the U.S. agent. Because I kind of had that feeling the U.S. agent was going to come out of that. And when they did it, I was happy. I was not happy with Captain Falcon America. Falcon was a badass character in his own right.
Yes.
So, the shield should have went to Bucky. Of course, it's because I'm a racist and I'm a white guy, blah, blah, yeah, whatever. But that's where I felt because he, like Steve, was a super soldier as well. Falcon wasn't. And Falcon was a badass character. A white guy, you want to call me a racist, but like I love Falcon. I thought Falcon in the comics, dude, awesome. The cartoons that are on Disney, some of those were great. Where you've got Falcon as Falcon. They wanted him to be in the one of the Iron Man suits. And he's like, no, he debuted in the Falcon outfit. And I'm like, okay, this is kick ass. They wanted him in War Machine. That's what it was. So I'm like, no, Falcon needs to be Falcon. And when they did that, I have nothing against the actor. I have nothing against, I watched the entire show. Sure, there's critiques, whatnot. but I just don't feel that we need Falcon, Captain America. Was it kind of cool to see him as Falcon and using the shields and training to do all that? Sure.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat to see him, as he said in the original, well, I do what he does, just slower, to Steve. Okay, no problem. Respect. The other garbage they threw in there, okay, I'll just throw that out because I just don't care. This is entertainment. I'm just going to, all right, fine. But again, I want to see him be Falcon, not now the new Captain America movie. Are we going to have U.S. Agent in the Captain? We'll see what we get. But again, I just can't get excited over anything that Disney has done. They've just dropped the ball one too many times for me. And DC's right behind them. They're not doing much better.
DC has been swirling the drain since they started. And like I said, I own Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. I know people. I know there's problems with Zack Snyder's interpretation of Superman. I grew up with Christopher Reeves, more sympathetic to that plight I could not be, but I liked it because Henry Cavill is. I like Henry Cavill. I really do.
I saw it in theaters, bro. I went and saw it in theaters, and we did. Remember when you used to go to that thing called a theater with your friends, and then after the movie, you go to like a Steak and Shake, and you talk about the movies. I did that because I've got friends that are pastors and whatnot. We went, we watched it, and we saw people complaining because he didn't have the Christopher Reeves hair exactly and whatnot, or then it was the fact that he killed Zod. Well, yeah, he kind of didn't give him a choice. Either these people die or I die.
I like the fact that he killed Zod.
Yeah.
I want to go back and acknowledge Tommy for a minute because he did the legwork. Just confirmed, She-Hulk was both an Avenger and a temporary Fantastic Four member. I thought so. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the assist, sir. Max Zorin says Henry Cavill brought life into the character the way Brandon Routh couldn't. See, I've never watched the Brandon Routh movie. I've never watched it. When it came out, I was like, "You're not Superman." Looking back at him, I like Brandon. I still haven't watched it, but I've seen clips. I've watched stuff on YouTube because I'm like, I'm not going to watch the movie, but I just want to see. I like Brandon Routh. I do. He seems like a good guy.
You should watch it with Lil Man, just because. Look,
he'll probably like it. He'll
just watch it with Lil Man because look, at the end of the day, was it the greatest? Well, obviously not. We know this, but it was when you go in the order that we have Reeves, him, Cavill. It makes sense, especially when you see Cavill. Hey, at least it wasn't Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
That was going to be that was JJ's. That was going to be Superman Flyby. It was going to be that was JJ Abrams' Superman movie that was supposed to have a giant metal spider in the third act. That spider did not end up in that movie. Kevin Smith was actually hired at one time to write that movie.
Yep.
And then that giant metal spider ended up in this
Wild West.
Yep. That's where that giant metal spider ended up, was in Wild West. And yes, I do own Wild West. That movie is fun as hell.
Man, there's a great ass shot in it too.
And who doesn't like that song, Wild West? I mean, really, like that's worth a copyright. Hang on, no, just kidding. But let's see here. Let's see what else we got. We got two more, and then we're gonna take it home because I have a play date at the park with my son. We're gonna go play some soccer before we go do the shopping because I have to go to the meat market and get some kebabs ready for tonight because I'm grilling kebabs.
Nice.
And oh yeah, we're doing kebabs. And Trey asked me. I made him. He asked me the other night. He ate a freaking New York strip steak with my father-in-law, and my son is the pickiest eater on earth. Like really, like. Won't eat a taco. I'll make him a little cheesy wrap, but he'll eat it with like, you go to the deli and you get like the sliced pepperoni. I'll put like sliced pepperoni in a cheesy wrap, cook it up for him, and he'll eat it. He loves it. But a taco he won't eat. But he'll eat a hamburger. But I explained to him, I'm like, taco is a hamburger broken up. I was like, it's a deconstructed hamburger. He still
won't eat it, will he?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. No. Let's see. Wait. My sketchbook says Henry isn't Superman and Zack Snyder don't help. Fair enough, brother. I respect that opinion, sir. And like I said, we this is the beautiful thing about here is we welcome opinions from both sides. And I got to keep mentioning my man Nerdy Blurb, who is going to come on next Wednesday night with, if you guys are familiar with Second Street Marvel, Second Street Marvel lurks in my chat all the time. He doesn't say anything because he's usually doing stuff during the day. He lurks in the chat. He's I threw him a couple super chats and we interacted. And I DM'd him the other day. He's down to come on next Wednesday night with Nerdy Blurb. And those are two channels that from where I am have vastly different perspectives on the current Marvel thing. You know, to where in Star Wars and things like that's why Ryan from Nerdy Blurb was not scared, but he was nervous to come on when we invited him on the first show because he did all my channel logos, the intro and outro before I edited them up myself. Because he's like, well, you guys, you know, aren't Last Jedi, you know, you guys hate the and all this shit. I'm like, no, dude, you're fine. Because we were all Fandom Menace at the time. Right. And he was like, he's like, am I stepping into the wolves? I'm like, no, man, you're fine. Come on. And he came on, and he has been a great friend, and a hell of a good guest. And I would have never met Nerdy Blurb if it wasn't for Adam Wilcox, because Adam, for my birthday in 2020 last year, through Nerdy Blurb $50, and he put us in touch, and he said, tell him whatever you want design for your channel, he'll do it. I got this is your birthday present. But that's how Adam was. Yeah. You know, which was super fucking cool, and I miss that dude. I was just watching we used to do the morning show together a lot, and I was watching one of the old episodes we did, and it was just like it was hard to watch.
Dude, I never got to stream with him. Like, I'd been in the chat. He knew who I was, especially with the Wiener Dog Clan. He thought it was great. You know, my shtick and everything. Never got to stream with the dude. But again, like you, when you got a super fan in your corner, you're screwed because I'm everywhere, man. And he was the same. He was one that I would be in the chats. And yeah, it's, you know, RIP, buddy. You know.
Godzilla.
What? You're whispering. He just walks. Yeah. I'm sorry. What's up, buddy?
I'm watching that.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Cat vs. Godzilla.
Cat vs. Godzilla?
Yeah.
Oh. What? No Cat Cena?
Ow. Ow. Okay. He asked me, he goes, because at first it started with, Dad, will you shave? I had the soul patch. Uh-huh. He's like, Dad, will you shave that off? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I plan on trimming my beard anyway, so I shaved it off. Then I'm like, after 2 days, I'm going to get rid of the goatee. And I slimmed that way down to this. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to shave this off. It's, you know, I'm going to let it grow back now. But he's like, Dad, will you shave your mustache off? I'm like, no. I was like, do you want to see me look really stupid?
Dad, can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't ask you to shave half of it off so you got one side with and one side without.
I don't want a hug now.
Right? Hey, Trey, you got to listen. I want you to try a taco. See? Taco hamburger with less steps. Taco is a hamburger with less steps. You got to try a taco.
No.
Is it the lettuce he doesn't like?
I told him, I was like, I'll just put meat and cheese on it for you, buddy.
That's what I was thinking. Like, my kids do. Okay, so one of them would eat everything. One would eat meat and cheese, and one would only eat meat on their tacos. Mm-hmm. That's why I was kind of thinking, well, maybe it's the lettuce and tomato. And, you know, kids don't like what us adults like a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a fussy eater, man. Horny Elf. Henry definitely nailed the Witcher character. Helps that Henry's a nerd, and Witcher is his favorite game. See, I've never watched The Witcher. I never watched it. Never seen an episode. Never seen a single second of the show. But yeah, I might check out the first season. I think I had it in my queue at one time, actually.
It's not bad. That was one of the shows that actually, if you get watching, I might try to hijack you. I was supposed to do something with Brandon, you know, before you passed, and we were gonna cover season 2 whenever it came out, because he loved it. Like, I didn't play the games, and I kind of watched it, and I was like, all right, let me, you know, it was one of those same things. It was on in the background. You got to kind of pay attention. You got to have time to watch and pay attention.
Yes,
just jump a little bit. But overall, like, I watched all of it, and I did enjoy it. But I'm like, I got to go back, and as you know, I have that issue with subtitles. So I got to pause it so I can actually focus and read. But at the end of the day, yeah, I didn't have an issue. Like, it wasn't, oh, I hate this. Or, no, it was good. There were just bits I didn't quite get. But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch if you have the time. And I'm anxious for the next season to come out. Still.
Yeah. It's supposed to come out soon, isn't it?
I do believe so. Because it was supposed to come out, but then the thing happened. You know, I got put on probation and the world got grounded. So yeah.
Let's see. Pursuing Paranormal, Cody says lettuce is the devil. Man, I like lettuce. I do. I like lettuce. Trey,
wrong though. It doesn't really have any nutritional value other than filling you up.
Trey will walk when I wash like lettuce leaves and the romaine hearts and set them on the counter to dry on like a towel. He'll walk over and just eat a leaf of lettuce.
Nice.
But he won't eat a taco. It's funny. Tommy says, I never read any of the books nor played the game, but watched the show not knowing anything about The Witcher. I thought it was good. And that's what it sounds like from the vast majority of people, that the show was really good. I never played the game or read the books either, Tommy. So I have no perspective from that, or no opinion from that perspective, other than going off what people have said. Is Kevin Feige virtue signaling again? We're going to get to that in just a second. What did my sketchbook say? He says, yeah, it takes time. My youngest was a picky eater. Oh, yeah. Trey's finally now starting to... his palate's getting a bit more refined to where, he's starting to try some different things. Like I said, he came up to me when I got to the cabin was it Thursday? And he's like, Dad, I ate a New York strip last night. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I made macaroni and cheese with sausage for dinner last
You
last
lost
night.
out, man.
I know.
I thought it was cute because I sent you the porterhouse and you were telling me about little man eating the New York strip, and I was great. And I just had to do this because I had to, take care of something. But look, we've got puppies. We've got puppies in this big fat belly. Oh yes, Lizzie Lulu is pregnant. So we've got 2 of the 3 that are pregnant.
Adding to the clan.
That's
adding
right.
to the Wiener Dog clan.
It's funny because you have been extremely yourself, as you always are. But, bring up the bit with Huggies and all that. And I did thank you yesterday. I want to thank you again.
Yes.
Because I do appreciate it. The thing what was funny was when I was busting your balls about not saying anything to clan, like, well, they got 17. The funny thing was we got sassy, so we had 18. But we're still back at 17 because even with Huggies, rest in peace, we're still at 17. So no matter what, you've got 17 wiener dogs looking at you, buddy. Always.
I love it, man. I love it. The tiny minion audience.
I mean, as you guys see, we're on in the background. YouTube, you cannot strike us. That is us live. Yep. But they're right here is the couch, and they're watching it, and it's just funny when it happens. You just got a lot of weenie dogs watching you. It is what it is, brother.
People are eating steak. Etep is cutting up hot dogs and spaghetti. It wasn't hot dogs and spaghetti. I made macaroni and cheese, and I cooked some Italian sausage and cut that up and threw it in there, and put some Parmesan on it.
He's lying. You know as well as I do. It wasn't even the good hot dogs. It was probably the cheapest hot dogs there possibly were. I'm going with what Tommy said.
I don't eat hot dogs. I can confirm that. I do not eat hot dogs anymore. I ate hot dogs as a kid, and that's why I won't touch them now. I can't. Unless it's like at a ball game or something, if it's a Tigers game or whatever, a coney is different. A coney is not a hot dog. Conies are a delicacy. So it's the devil's in the details.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Especially a Detroit coney. Yeah. Let's see. So your house will be full of wiener dogs. See, he's catching on.
That's right.
He was eating ballparks. Shut up, Tommy. I do get those for the boy, but I won't eat them. I won't.
Angus ones are pretty good if you've ever tried those.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
Nope.
It's different.
I've had the Hebrew National. Of course I have.
Yeah, well,
of course I have.
Right? Because you're you're very Jewish.
I'm a Jewish princess. So Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige reportedly furious at Disney over Black Widow release. Feige's pissy. I'll just go into this a little bit, just so we have some context. Feige is a company man, not prone to corporate showdowns or shouting matches, but I'm told he's angry and embarrassed, Baloney's newsletter read in part. He lobbied Disney against the day and date plan for Black Widow, preferring the big screen exclusivity and not wanting to upset his talent. And then when the shit hit the fan, the movie started tanking, and Johansson's team threatened litigation. He wanted Disney to make this right with her, and Disney declined to comment on Feige. So this comes out after Disney released a statement Thursday in response to Johansson's lawsuit, arguing the ordeal is especially sad and distressing amid the current box office circumstances. So basically, Disney is sad that Scarlett is suing them because they're losing their asses on a movie they had in the can for, 2 years? 2.5 years?
But yeah.
So Disney is pissed because they dropped the ball Yeah, that's they're
Well,
mad.
What I don't get. Here's what I don't get. Right. There's two things. One, I have to say bravo because there's logic in what Scarlett did. Now, granted, she's got money, but look at what happened to Gina. So I think for one, and I said this last night on Propers, Justin. I think that's a part of it because Gina got screwed. So she's keeping from getting screwed. But what I don't get is why Disney just didn't pay her anyway. Like, they're the assholes. They're the assholes that decided instead of waiting till theaters open to launch it on the service. And they're already getting paid by whoever pays each month anyway. I'm one person. I have it. I don't care. Fine. I'll pay $5 a month for, but whatever the hell it is. No problem because I watch the old stuff. I just don't see why they just don't. Instead of getting sued, they could have just been like, all right, here's your, $50,000 or whatever it was. And then that would have made peace, because they're the ones that decided not to do the theater run. And they're going to say, oh, well, because of COVID. And they're not wrong. I mean, you can't say that Disney is 100% wrong on that because the world did shut down. And they off.
Well, they're trying to do it again now, which is going to hurt which is going to hurt these guys even more.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they would have just paid her regardless, just pay her because if people buy, there's going to be those people, there's always going to be those people that like the movie. They're going to go buy the movie. So they'll recoup their money anyway. Come on, Disney lies about numbers all the time anyway. So just pay the woman. Problem solved,
That's
right?
It. Yep.
I mean, it's that simple. Pay her. Done, son. That's how I felt. Anyway, that's how I felt about it. I talked a little bit about it with Justin last night, and I kind of thought about it more, and I knew you were going to pop it up. And I'm like, all right, I'll wait to get it out this morning. But that's how I feel. I think it was very smart on her part. I think that Gina getting screwed might be another reason why she did it. And Disney, F you, pay her.
Nerdy Blurb's in the chat. Nerdy Blurb's in the chat. What's up, brother? What's up? Hey, Nerdy Blurb. I say this, and I don't know if you checked your DMs, but Second Street Marvel confirmed for next Wednesday night, bro. So you better. I'm bringing both you guys on. So yes, sir. Next Wednesday, 8:30, going Rogue. Better be there.
Clear your schedule, sir. You will upset the Wiener Dog clan, and it will be death from the ankles down on you, Nerdy Blurb, if you don't.
Welcome. And I will re-upload and take a copyright claim for the intro I made for Nerdy Blurb. I made him because he hadn't been on the show in like months. So he came back and I mixed up a bunch of his video clips with Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. So he got that. I think I made one of those for Sal too, because Sal hadn't been on in a long time.
Yeah.
And I miss Salvador so much streaming with him. It's his work schedule. So, we still talk in the chat, but I slide in my DMs. I'm always sliding in your DMs, boo-boo. Love me. Yeah, I will play that for you next Wednesday night when you come on, man. Absolutely. Tommy, going back to the Kevin Feige thing, he says, especially since Feige's all about woman power. Absolutely. That is Kevin Feige's modus operandi at this point. Movie theaters already don't make that much money from Disney because they demand such a huge percentage. Yes, you're correct. They're pissing off theaters everywhere even more by doing what they did with Black Widow. Yeah. And I looked at the Black Widow numbers right now. That total worldwide is at $319,451,514. They're losing money. They're going to lose money on that. It's been in the theaters for 3 weeks at this point. They're going to lose money. It's going to happen. I don't care what they say with marketing and everything. They're going to lose some money on it. Maybe not a lot, but they're going to lose some.
Look at how they did it on the Disney Plus. You had to pay the $30 for and there are people that did it. And yes, they're bitching because people, sail the high seas and put it on the high seas, and it is what it is. But they still made $30 off people that paid for it, and you don't get to keep it. Like, you don't get a physical copy.
No. Yeah, as soon as it leaves the service, you lose it. It's gone. That's why everybody's like, oh, I own this digitally. I'm like, you don't own shit digitally. Whenever that service decides to pull that product, you shit out of luck. You don't own it anymore. It's gone.
Digital's nice in the aspect of if you've got an apartment. You don't have a lot of stuff, right? Like, I kind of like the digital thing, but then look at how many iterations we've had of that, where you got like Paramount, Fox, everybody else. You used to have, I can't even think of what it was. Now you got like Vudu, but Vudu kind of ate them all up. But you used to, when you'd get it from Walmart, Target, wherever, you got your DVDs and you had your digital copy. They were all different ones for different places, where Vudu seems to be the big one now. Back in the day, it wasn't that way. But then what happens when Vudu goes away? Oh, well, I own it, but I don't own it anymore. That's why I've got my I have the digital copies, but I have both Blu-ray and DVD. I love having that option of, if I'm in the garage with a DVD player, great. If I'm in here, Blu-ray, or being lazy and just hit play, digital. But yeah, what happens once that service is no longer? What happens when you don't have internet?
Right.
Screwed. So I do like it. I think it was a smart thing to have, but I don't think if you're already paying for a service, like I waited, what was the last one? Oh, Wonder Woman. So when Wonder Woman came out, like you could do the early thing. I'm like, no, it came out on Christmas. I'm like, I'll just wait till it comes out and watch it then. And that's when I watched it. And that's how I felt. Like the wife wants to see Cruella. I don't, but I'm just like, I already know what it's about because, we YouTube. So I'm like, I don't think you're going to like it, but she's a big Disney fan. I mean, I do have the Lego Disney Castle right there. Y'all can't see it. You've seen the picture. Look, people, everything is on this man's Facebook. Anything that I'm talking about, I put on his Facebook. If you want to see all the Legos, because I made fun of him, I go, oh, you claim you're a Disney. And this is before I met him. I'm like, oh, you're a Lego fan? Look at all of this. Bow! There you go.
Yeah, he's seen my kitchen counter. It's nothing but Legos. It is all freaking Legos. We have nowhere else to put them, and we have like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6 sets. Plus, I still have the Razor Crest to put together. Trey got that for Christmas, and we haven't put it together yet.
I just can't wait to give him his birthday. I know it's late, and I do apologize. But
it's all good.
I think
it's all
gonna
good.
Get a kick out of it. But I mean, like I've got mine that I picked this one up because I thought it was cute. And then I've still got, because I am an Iron Man fan too. I mean, and I still like.
I love that set. I do. I love that set.
And it's just like I'm like, man, and they're sitting. And I've got the Batwing behind me that the wife bought me because I've got the '89 Batmobile already together. And I mean, the thing is, it's like this big. It's huge. But I got nowhere to put the bat. It's like if I put the Batwing together, I got nowhere to put it. I ran out of wall space. I've ran out of shelf space. I'm like, I'm running out of room. Need more. I need a bigger office for more of my stuff.
And that's why I haven't put the Razor Crest together, because when we move, we're gonna. You've seen my house. You've seen my office is small. And the wife and I share it. So
where you're at right now is small. You look like you're huge, but guys, he is literally in the corner, and it looks awesome on camera. But like I was standing there going, man, that's small.
It is. It is. It's not
when you're looking at it, but like right now, you look. Oh man, look at this man. He's got all these movies and there's shelves and punch. There really is. Shh! Don't tell anybody. There really isn't. It really doesn't go much further than where he.
No. Here I'll just do this with the camera right here. You go over here, and there's the TV. Yeah. And you go right over here, and there's the shelf, and there's a bunch of toys. There's another toy. Trey has like toy boxes everywhere here.
I mean, I love it because it does. It makes you look, and it does. It looks good. Like for the ambiance, it looks great. But like I said, when I actually saw it, I was like, oh man! And even what you just did, it looks so much bigger via the camera.
It does.
And when you're standing there going, boy, that's tiny.
It is, and it's funny. People used to think it was a green screen. They thought I had my green screen on, and I'm like, no. I'm like,
you reach over and grab a movie.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, oh yeah, because we did that to Coach on Echo Base. Because I was like, man, I'm like, you got a nice toy collection behind you. When he was on my birthday stream, he's like, that's a green screen. He goes, that's just a picture. He goes, I knew somebody was going to say this one day. He goes, so I had to say it before. He goes, yeah, it's a green screen. I'm like, oh, because it looked good, I'm going to hit Tommy's comment here, and then we are at 2 hours and 23 minutes right now on the morning show. I have one topic left. I am cutting into my park time with the kid. So he says streaming services are becoming like cable companies packing entities together. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It is bad. Cody had a question for Nerdy Blurb. He said, can you make me cool video things and I'll give you monies? Blurb, I think I sent you Cody's email address. He needs an intro for his Pursuing Paranormal channel, so that's why I put him in touch with you, sir. And he's not on Twitter, so Cody refuses to get on Twitter. You need to. It's a necessary evil for this game. Trust me, it is.
Good for promotion, man.
I hate Twitter too, and my channel didn't really grow until I started to use Twitter, because I thought it was going to be Facebook and everything. No, it was Twitter. It was Twitter all along, Austin. And to do this last article and to take this thing home and to put a bow on it, we have to go inside. And I'm sorry, guys. We have to do it. I've still got the intro. Here it is before I cue this article up.
Hi. Hello. I'm starting a YouTube channel.
Inside Brie Larson was a regular segment on the show, the earlier part of this year and much of last year, because she still had some vein of relevancy. Before they downgraded her sequel to a team-up movie, there was the Captain Marvel controversy. So this article right here is right. I clicked the wrong thing. This says Brie Larson shows off her strength in Captain Marvel 2 training video, and you all remember how much of a big deal they made out of her training. And oh my God, she pulled the Jeepsies. So we're gonna watch this video of her, and yeah, we won't watch the whole thing, but she's doing Bulgarian squats, and it's so funny because she is so freaking skinny. It's almost pathetic, but here we go. Here, I'm going to mute the audio. So she has some weird ass feet. Like, she has like the most jacked up feet I have. Like, this is what she's doing. Her form is freaking horrible. You are not supposed to lean over like that with your back. And those weights are not that heavy. Those are probably like what? Like 15, 20 pounds, if that. God, that is piss poor form. Like, yeah, that is just horrendous form on those Bulgarian squats. And if your form is that bad, I can't watch any more of this. Her feet are freaking killing me. If you're gonna do that and your form is that bad, use body weight resistance or drop your weight down. Like, She's trying to use those, and those weights aren't that heavy because those are like the block dumbbells. You can basically pick how much you want on there. I mean, that's probably like maybe, because each one of those I think is like 2.5 pounds, 2 or 2.5 pounds if I'm not mistaken. Because my dad has them. He hasn't given them to me yet. He's got the Bowflex dumbbells, the Selectex, which are freak. I've got solid, steady steel. You've seen my dumbbells, the iron.
Yes,
I've got
old school. Yeah.
Yep, and I've got plate ones that I can change out, but they're all iron. Iron and steel. Those are I like the Bowflex ones if you're trying to get a quick workout in. But for some things, there's always got to be that iron. And my sketchbook said it right. Work on form first, and then add weight. Exactly. And that's why I said when I started doing those Bulgarian squats, I literally used nothing, my body weight. I just stuck my arms down to my side and concentrated on keep my back straight and making it all come from, the lower half. And she's leaning over. I'm like, you do any sort of weight with that, you're going to fall forward, honey. Because, it's just, ugh. Yeah, it was bad. Brutal Morningwood says, I've been avoiding Twitter, but if that's what it takes to do more for y'all, I'll do it. Well, thanks for jumping on that grenade on our behalf, man. We do appreciate the promotion, and just not me, all the other creators that you happen to support. Superfan Adam Shaw, join them tonight, 8:40 Eastern for the men's room. There's the link right there.
That's link free everywhere we are on the interwebs. That's where we're at. And man, after seeing that, man, that makes me want to cry. That's just woo.
Yeah. Yeah, that is horrible form. I mean, like I said, to put that out there, and there's videos of me on my Instagram, and this is 4 years ago when I was wrestling, when I was bulked up. I mean, flat pressing 80, 85s for 12 reps with like solid form, doing T-bar rows with 305 pounds wearing flip-flops. I mean, I had one of the girls that follows me, she used to make fun of me. She's a bodybuilder from Brooklyn. And she's like, are you doing T-bars with that much weight wearing flip-flops? I'm like, I don't wear fucking shoes when I was like halftime. I work out barefoot. That's I do because I was working out in my basement. Obviously if I go to the gym, I'll wear my trainers. But if I'm working out at home, I work out in flip flops. Even on leg day, I wear flip flops, dude. I'll be out there doing Bulgarian squats or sumos. Or lunges in step up lunges, reverses, and flip flops. Man, I don't, unless it's wintertime, I don't like to wear shoes. I do wear most of the time. Literally the only place I go to wear flip flops outside of the house in is go to the dispensary. That's about it. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hit my sketchbook's last comment. He says Twitter gets a bad rap because of the alt-life freakazoids, but it's a marketing tool. Absolutely. That's what Twitter was originally designed for before it got taken over by the weirdos. But at this point, 2.5 hours in, guys, you got a regular show out of us this morning. Not the regular 90-minute morning show. You got the whole kit and caboodle. So thank you, Adam, for coming on and being a great co-host this morning. Draven says you guys are still going sweet. We're just getting ready to wrap now because it's 2.5 hours and I'm going to play soccer with my son.
I had to. I mean, I know, and you got to go with the little man, and I get it. But it's like we had to get our videos we've been missing, so we extended. And no, we did not intend to do this, but hey, look at how quick it went.
Yep, it did. It did. It flew. So thank you, Angelus Draven, My Sketchbook 340, Pursuing Paranormal, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, Nerdy Blurb TV. Thank you all. Brutal Morningwood, still one of the best names on YouTube. Horny Alf, thank you for joining us. Max Zoran, 1101. Tina Bojan, Miss Tina Bojan, thank you. And a lot, the Fandom Collective was here, obviously. Man, thank you guys all. I appreciate everybody. Draven, Keely Chow, always in every chat. Tony was here earlier. Godzillionaire was here. Thank you all. Naughty Monkey Orath, thank you. That's a new name I haven't seen before. But thank you all for joining us, man. Let's see. This is thanks for staying later. It's been great. Adam is cool. Take care of that wiener dog. Laters. Later, My Sketchbook. Have fun playing soccer. Oh, I absolutely will, man. I like that. He likes that. We're gonna take the football too because he's learning how to catch a football, and it's good for his hand-eye coordination. But he likes to play soccer at recess with the kids, and because of his head injuries, we can't really ever allow him to play any contact sports or anything like that because he 4 skull fractures, bleeding on the brain, was born non-responsive, things of the like. My son was born dead, and then my wife died shortly thereafter. So he's I'm a little bit protective, but literally his neurosurgeons and everybody said he should never play contact sports because there's still a chance that if he got hit in the head, he could happen. Something bad could happen. So we let him, he plays at recess. Like I said, I work at his school, so it's like, I'm like, Bud, but I want to teach you the rules and stuff because you don't really know the rules because we don't, we play at home, but, it's not organized game or anything. So it's got to teach him the rules. I'm teaching how to catch a football. I played 4 years of football in high school, and it's like, I thought football was rough on my body. Try being a wrestler. But Tina Bojan said, have a glorious weekend, friends. Thank you all. I do appreciate they just demonetized Fanzine. Holy shit. All right. So if you are listening, hummingbird. We got a hummingbird? Yes. Awesome.
We gotta make new stuff.
All right. So I have my bird feeders. Adam used to right outside my window, and I had a hummingbird feeder out forever. No hummingbirds. And I was sitting there just, enjoying some of Mary Jane's Finest one day with my garage door open when I was home by myself. The wife and kid are gone. I'm just like, popped the big garage door open, had the little one open. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, a hummingbird buzzed by my feeder, and I don't have anything out there. So I just, I put some hummingbird food out. So now we got hummingbirds. So I got to get some fresh out for them.
Nice.
Yeah. So Fanzine got demonetized apparently, according to Tommy. We're going to tweet this out. Tweet it at Team YouTube on Twitter. Tag Fanzine in it. You can tag me. You can tag anybody you want. Tag Team YouTube and make this go viral. Fanzine is a great friend of mine, a great friend of the channel, a member of the Fandom Collective. We mentioned him earlier. And a wonderful creator who puts out the most non-offensive, even-keeled, fun, just nostalgia-driven 80s and 90s content, especially the 80s content that you'll find on YouTube. For him to get demonetized, it's as bad as Ord's board. It really is. So we need to get mobilized on the Twitter and share that out and ask Team YouTube why they demonetized Fanzine, because this is a load of bullshit and it shouldn't have happened. But I really have to go, ladies and gents. Brutal Morningwood said, y'all be safe, stay hard, be good, but if you got to be bad, be good at it. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And everybody else, from myself, everybody at the channel, superfan Adam Shawhan, I'm Etepo Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous, and remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I will catch you on the next one. And remember, it's better to burn out than fade away. Star-Lord, you toxic white male son of a bitch. Let's take him home.
Boom!